Minutes.
So, Mike,
You're not going to confirm Neil's presence?
Neil's here.
I was looking at the screen. Meron ba nakikinig pa? Wala na. Okay, okay. Are there any comments? Hearing none. Anybody would like to put a motion for approval of the minutes? Thank you. Any second? Julia, thank you very much. Okay. Next item on the agenda are the matters arising from the previous meeting. Financial report on the fundraising concert. And who will be presenting this, Ron?
Okay, Mr. President, I believe that, Lisa Estanova of Premium District submitted a revised, report, financial report, the foundation process. And she's able to talk to Ron, and Ron will be the one to present the financial report based on his conversation with Raisa.
Yeah, so in terms of the financial report from Raisa, total, I think total ticket sales is 1.2 million.
Total sales. Revenue sales.
Total sales, ticket sales, 2.4 million. Then there's a donation of 30,000 to Sisters of Mary.
Commission.
No, a donation.
Donation.
Direct donation from the attendees. So some of them identified.
Personally donated.
Yes, so
Okay.
30,000.
Paid
Then the
na.
cash sponsorship,
Paid or what? They
paid,
paid actually.
yeah.
Okay, collected.
cash sponsorship is at 994,000. Now, if you look at the table, there's an agreement that RCM will get 70% from the RCM sponsored where we source the sponsor, we will get 70%.
Okay.
And if the RCM PD is the one who got the sponsor, they will get the larger share, 70%.
How about the sponsorships in kind? They monetize it?
The same with the in-kind sponsorship, but this is where the changes has been made by Raisa. Before it was 30-70, now we made it she made it 50-50.
Okay.
So there's an increase of 100,000 from our net.
What brought it about?
It's in-kind sponsorship like the.
Now, what made her say, let's do 50-50?
I think it's because some of the expenses are sponsored by us, like the cocktails expenses, we covered for that. Then the others are the discount from the rental revenue. So I think she decided to make it 50.
It will be attributed, or what's attributed to Premier District.
Yes.
So they were.
But then even if they, I think most of the donations in kind, it was Premier District who
Mostly,
should
yes.
should have yeah, but then instead of making it 70-30, he agreed to 50-50. I guess he probably wants to jack up our thing. From the revenue.
Because some of the other donations were in cash.
Yeah, but then you monetize it. Yeah, for example, they're supposed to get, we're supposed to pay for the venue for 500,000, and we were only made to pay 300,000.
Yeah.
So the 200,000 it would be attributed or factored in as
In-kind donation.
as an in-kind donation.
That's like, so I think she's done it more fairly.
Yeah, fairly. Yeah, fairly.
More fairly. but-
Yeah. Oh.
You don't agree with it? Is that what you say?
No, I agree with making it more fair.
And
So whereas before we were supposed our takeout will only be 255 because of the adjustments made by Reisa with the donations in kind. now we have a take out of
394.
390.
Well, thinker, I guess we didn't even ask for it, right?
Yeah,
Actually, we didn't expect to make any out of it. So,
Yeah, actually, I thought that was final when we had the club meeting and that those were the numbers I showed to Eddie. Of course, Eddie wasn't happy with the bottom figure. Then- Well, only because he was worried because I think the commitment he made for Sisters of Mary was one. And
but Eddie was not happy with the result.
no, not like put it very. He was not, well, he thought it would have been more our takeout for
Our share.
our share.
So he knows already about our.
Yeah, but at only at 200, the unadjusted,
Maybe that's why Raisa reacted.
maybe, yeah, maybe, because.
that's it.
But that commitment from the Sisters of Mary, that was not really very clear from the beginning, right? In that being presented, to be honest about it. Never came up. Sort of came up, belated delivered in the middle of everything. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
We're not there really to
Okay.
make money, right? I mean. Okay, so go ahead.
Yeah.
So we have 394 instead of 250, okay.
So the total that we will get from the fundraising concert is 394,000, but they are still finalizing some of the receivables. So there are some sponsors from our end that hasn't
So
given up
okay,
their,
clarify, is that 394 based on cash proceeds only or including the receivables already?
including the receivables. So just in case, up until the moment that we haven't collected, they will just deduct whatever.
How much receivables are?
I think that we're looking at around
For us,
70,000
for us.
for us, yeah.
And we know there, so we can.
Yeah, we're following up already. Mostly sponsors.
Okay. Okay, so I guess the next question to ask then would be the sharing, right?
Yeah.
Because as you know, we approved it on the base of having 3 beneficiaries, right? We never really talked about the sharing. I think we all know now that, of course, Eddie wanted a much bigger amount for Sisters of Mary, not that they don't need it, I think the whole objective was to try to be equitable about it since we already declared openly. Those are the 3 beneficiaries. And so in a subsequent meeting, actually, am I jumping the
Yeah,
gun?
we have here in the agenda in Sisters of
Sige,
Mary.
maybe I can explain that later. So that's the question, how do we split it? But presumably the most equitable is divided equally among the 3, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
Is that-
so item number 2 on agenda is the update on Sisters of Mary.
okay. Now related to that, Cesar kasi was also pushing, of course, his water project, and then so we had as you know, we had the meeting.
Yeah, last meeting, the board deferred the discussion on
Yeah.
the,
And we told Cesar, I told Cesar that we cannot proceed unless I'm talking first about the deep well. No?
yes,
We cannot proceed unless you have the clearance, and then in a subsequent meeting with the sisters, they actually partly checked it out themselves. They confirmed that they do need the clearance. No? So far as that water project is concerned, so Cesar sort of forgot about that. Then we started talking about the solar project. Solar project is a proposal from our ex-member, James Moskowitz. He gave a proposal for. Baby. How do you say? You look so fresh.
Papunta pa lang, ay talaga.
Grab some food already.
Just in time.
Okay. Nawala tuloy yung trend. Ano ba sinasabi ko? Anyway, so.
So the Sisters of Mary of this project is the same Sisters of Mary as Eddie's.
Yes.
Partly, yes.
Partly.
I mean, Sisters of Mary is one organization.
Yes.
And underneath that organization are projects like Boys Town, Girls Town, etc. So we're talking about the same people.
Okay.
So I was saying, we had a meeting, Sisters of Mary, and there were 2 of them, and Cesar was around. Eddie was supposed to come, he did not make it. But anyway, during that meeting, of course, Cesar was pushing this solar project that he received from Moscowitz, no, and basically the deal with the solar project is that it's to be installed for free, to be as long as you sign up a contract for something like, I don't know, 20 years or something, 25 years.
5 years, 4, 5.
Yeah, that you have to continue to be maintaining, which is standard for most solar providers actually. But then the big issue is the deposit required. Because the developer wants 1.3 million or 1.6 million pesos as deposit, and obviously they don't have deposit. Okay. Yeah, it's not really a payment, it's a deposit against future non-use, I guess. Obviously, sorry, huh?
Because you're talking about the sisters, so you were saying you said it was non-use.
They don't, no, I guess it's typical of any.
Sorry. Okay, I'll go back.
That's the second distraction I have now.
I promise not to say
Okay.
anything else.
You gotta get used to some British jokes
Yeah.
now here. Huh? Anyway, you gotta learn some Tagalog jokes
Okay, I will.
for a change, huh? Okay. Yeah, so obviously they don't have the money, and obviously we can't just dish out 1.3, apart from the fact that we haven't approved any arrangement for the solar, so that's what was sort of set aside. So given that, so I simply asked the sisters, what do you really need? What are the needs that are most pressing for you? And they said, actually, if you ask us, the most pressing is the computer. Because they were already ready to go with, I think, the facilities, but you were there, right? During, go ahead, please, Rodrigo.
Modern software.
Yes.
And they feel that there is advantage, but they cannot train the people the proper way. Companies demand students to know already, or new workers to know already, these software, it's something they can do in the machine. So that's the main concern of the.
Most immediate, no? She confirmed it. So I said, please write a letter. Then we asked how much. And coincidentally, it came out to about how much? Half a million?
They have two quotations. One is 560,000, the other one 671.
Okay, because we said we need two quotations. Obviously the 560, the cheaper one, is much higher than the share that they would have theoretically if it's equal of the 390, which would come out to 130, right? Roughly, yeah, 130. So, sorry? Yes.
Who's
Desktops?
who's the director in charge for this?
I think it's 3. Are you the one?
Yeah,
No.
the director in charge.
Yeah, because they are proposing 560,000, they are finding as required that he's charging 56,000 per computer, another one 68,000 or something like that. So
We are now defining which one will be the one with, but actually, I don't know how much we are allocating to these sisters for that particular project. That's what we have to discuss.
actually, if I may suggest, if we could request past President Jun Dairi to oversee this, because
Sorry, if,
if
Jun
we could
Jun.
request past President Jun Dairi
oh,
to oversee the purchase, because that is actually his specialty, is for them.
Yeah,
As a computer school,
these quotations came from the sisters themselves.
so he could give value. It's not just the price, it's also the
quality
memory, the
specs. and all that.
quality and specs. Jun, would you like to
They're okay with it?
get involved?
We volunteer you?
What to evaluate this,
What, the computer that we will buy?
Yeah,
George may.
yeah,
But George, George,
the proposers are on the screen,
no, but the specifications are dictated by the software, no?
I don't exactly know.
Software and hardware, see, George.
No, since you have a school, maybe just down your alley.
I guess the suggestion really to just validate, even if we have two quotations.
with the spec.
I really don't expect them and the sisters to be playing around with it.
Yeah, I think I just,
Maybe just ask a look,
yeah.
maybe you can even give advice.
Well, I'm assuming that the specifications they put here is already aligned with the requirements of the software,
With the need, yes.
yeah.
You don't have to validate.
They talk about a Siemens software that they need to install in these machines
Yeah. Well, it's already a high-end processor. It's a Core i7.
I7, yes.
And then I think the important thing here is the graphics processing unit, the GPU.
Yeah, the card. Mhm.
Yeah, because that's the one that produces the graphics for the design of the
Yes.
the thing that you're trying to machine. So, anyways, yeah, I'll have a look.
Okay, the sisters are in a bit of a hurry actually, Junjun, so if you don't mind,
Sige.
if you can kindly fast. I know you're leaving, right?
Huh?
You're leaving soon, di ba?
No, May 15th.
Yeah, if we can get the thing going.
Yeah.
Okay. So then the issue is how do you cover the balance? Okay, that's where the second part to this exercise is, no? Because 130 is obviously not enough, so obviously we're requesting the board to affirm whether we can allocate additional amount to cover the need. So that would mean additional 460,000, I guess, if it's 400,000 for Sisters of Mary now. Again, during our last board meeting, by way of reviewing, we actually had a number that was included in our recasted budget, and we said actually about 1 billion pesos, right? And I guess that was where Andy was coming from, 1 million pesos. So then the next question we asked the sister, okay, what else do you think you need? It came to that. And so they basically said that what is again the need now?
The mental health.
The mental health, all right. And we described what the project is all about, and they said, yeah, I mean, it looks like it's something that can also be useful for their students, no? And again, as you know, we're already working with Natasha Goldborn Foundation, and I think each program 500,000, more or less, it balances out.
It will cover the
Quote unquote, 1 million commitment to any. So bottom line, it's not so much giving them an outright check of go do what you want to do. It's really giving it to them in kind, which they themselves have confirmed we need it. So that is what we're requesting the board approval for. The first, repeat, is to allocate an additional 400,000+ pesos for the computers, subject to validation, confirmation of June. The second would be to embark on a third program. So we just had the second program in June School for the Natasha Goldborn Foundation, involving this time college students, no? And maybe June, you can share what you observed and what this is about.
Well, I attended the first session last Saturday. Yeah, I attended the first session last Saturday. I didn't go the following day, Sunday, we're gonna have another session this coming weekend. So 2 days again, Saturday and Sunday. Then we end the training will end on Sunday, this coming Sunday. So my observation was when I attended last Saturday, the students were quite excited they're very interested in the topics being the modules that were being conducted. And there's also positive feedback from the Natasha Goldborn people. They said that their observation was compared to the students here at Pio del Pilar, since they were mostly high school. The students in San Fernando and Angeles were more mature, and therefore I think they had a better appreciation of what was being discussed. Yeah. Yeah. The name of the foundation is Natasha Goldborn, which is named after the daughter of Jean Goldborn.
So all in all,
Yeah, it's going very well.
so something like this is now being proposed for the Sisters of Mary as well. So is there any particular reaction or motion that this thing approved?
So you're proposing to relocate the budget.
The additional residual of whatever 1 million we said we were gonna do, it will be in that for that activity. Any,
Where was it originally going to go?
where was it originally going to go?
Yeah.
Well, Eddie was asking for cash. Eddie was proposing just an outright million pesos.
Well, just for any, when he submit the concept, he says that his services as an executive director, as an executive producer rather, of the concept will be rented for free, provided that it corresponding to the system of merit.
I wasn't aware of that. I don't
Uh,
think that was,
yeah,
uh,
yeah, that's why he is falling on this, kind of a commitment between the two clubs. To at least, for this year to be monetized in a way that it will be for the beneficiaries of the community. But what you're proposing now will be equal to that, commitment.
okay.
So that's the total, 1.1? 1.2? What?
No, one.
Those are the two bits.
Okay, so 560 na lang.
Yeah, 560, 560 less 130,000, the share from the fundraising proceeds. Then 500,000 for mental health. So 960,000,
Total. For sisters of them.
960,000.
And therefore, the general amount of money that we sent to work with the Goldberg Foundation would be that it would just that directed to that renovation rather than.
Yeah.
Is that right? Yeah, so it covers sort of ticks
Sort
all,
of works.
ticks all of the boxes all the way around, and everybody hopefully will be happy. And on top of that, something that would be a part.
Yeah. So,
So I think what Coxie was asking, where will you recount the budget, the funds for this, from?
from what the wire, million,
Yeah,
the systems, so now we're going to carve it out of the allocation for systems made for that specific use. I'll be
Okay.
paid, of course, to.
in other words, we have already earmarked 1 million for systems.
Well, that was what was
Budget, yes,
talked about before. No?
okay.
How much money have we given to the foundation, which need over, National Golden Foundation?
So far we had we had two sessions already, 500,000 each, one for general PO and the other one in STI Pampanga. So that's total 1 million. Then we
This
will
one would be 1.5.
another 5.
And did we agree with them that we would be giving 1.5, or is that?
Originally, the whole idea was to try them out first.
Yeah,
I can't remember now if we had the budget. I think we had budgeted.
We have budgeted, yeah.
Under my area
Yes.
focus actually, right?
Yes,
It's under my area focus.
yes,
Additional half a million.
yes.
This one, is it going to be under my area? focus?
Actually, during our last board meeting, we also allocated 1 million for Natasha Goldborn,
Additional,
two sessions, two sites for two sites,
additional.
additional,
So,
no specific.
not specific, yes,
So one of those we can just move.
yes.
okay. So is there any motion then? Here any motion for,
Just wanting this reasonable, I don't see it in the, for the theater, but it's not in the interaction. It's really put under your.
what,
It's
I
under
took it out of my area of focus. Although originally the first half a million for Pio del Pilar,
It's under your areas of focus,
Also
yes,
under
yes.
It's like, there's nothing there.
Yeah.
It's not, it was given.
No. I want to make sure that my area of focus budget is fully utilized. Remember during our last board meeting, when that thing came up, I think the competition then abroad was we only had about half a million left. But that was after all the possible allocations that we were making. Some of which are in fact included in today's agenda. Okay. So, can you posting a motion for approval?
Yeah, so that means you're okay in terms of your, it's not going over, it's just.
Out of my area of focus.
Regressing.
I mean, I think that's the whole idea of the area of focus anyway.
Why not?
Any second? Second. Thank you. Now I should talk about this mental health, no, because in our subsequent trips to other schools, like in Isabela, talking to the principals there, no, we described this, and in fact, they said, can we sort of sign on? So I had actually arranged with Ginger if it was feasible to have them. I was talking first with the goal board, Jeannie, whether it would be feasible to add the number of participants so that then people from Isabela can sort of just move on to Pampanga. So it's just in one session. No? But partly, I think people from Pampanga or people from Isabela would not be able to make it. So the only reason I'm bringing it up is that potentially, of course, the experience in Pampanga could be replicated in Isabela. And this applies as well when we visited Baguio. When we spoke with the RC Baguio there, right? Again, similarly, they felt that this is something that could really be very useful for some schools, public schools in Baguio. So there are a lot of and Los Baños. Okay, we were in Los Baños over the weekend, and when we talked about some of the other projects that we have, explained this again. They said, "Hey, this is something that we could really make use of in some barangay in Los Baños." So really, I think the conclusion that I'm getting here is that it's really a worthwhile activity, and maybe that's why the RI is really focused on mental health. No? And so obviously we cannot keep on funding this. We really should be trying to go for a global grant on this kind of.
I agree, this really important also.
So I would encourage, of course, when you start allocating your budget for next Rotary year, to consider having a certain portion of which can be funded by global grant. And can actually tap also others other than this clubs, right?
President Bing, you're probably not aware of it. During the Manila Institute, we had an agreement with the Rotary Club of in Pakistan. What's the name of that's major city in Pakistan?
Islamabad.
Karachi. They're actually our sister club. And we had signed during the term of President Bimbo Mills. We had signed a sister club agreement with them. In fact, we had the first project on mental health. You may want to use that as a template.
Who
For
provided the
it was a project done in Karachi. So what I'm trying to say is you can use
for the
that
global grant
as a template.
for the global grant?
Yeah, for a global grant. So that could be a template. In fact, they're asking me again to to support, but I told them it's already late in the year. I don't think we have the appetite to do another global grant. No? But yeah, I just thought maybe during the term of Keith, you may want to consider that. If you want to pursue a global grant on mental health, then we can use Karachi's template as a model, and they could possibly even be a partner.
Yeah.
It works both ways, Karachi. I was there for a few days. Because I promoted the Manila Institute in Islamabad, in Lahore, and in Karachi. I went to all the three cities. Yeah. Horrible place. A lot of military people, a little scary.
Yeah, I guess Keith, take note of what Dov Sid said. No? Actually, I think
We'll take it up. I'll come and chat to you about it. But I also think that's it's pretty much aligned with sort of things that I like to do. So.
Does mental health include slow learners or just
actually now we also included in our budget support for stepping stones.
Yeah, because isn't that a mental health issue?
But in the case of stepping stones, we're going to be using art therapy, working hand in hand with the Marsola Foundation. However, sila Goldborn, Jeannie Goldborn suggested to include in that whole exercise also, I guess, matter of trying to avoid possibility of depression, autistic children could be also may have tendencies. No? So that then, she was suggesting to bring in a psychiatrist to be able to provide support. So in answer to your question, we've seen very much so. No? And in fact, I think there's already been one meeting between the Marsola Foundation and Dial. Because the Marsola Foundation folks went there to scan, the capacity of children be able to absorb teaching art. Because it's been noted, I think Keith can confirm this, that autistic children particularly become easily adapt, they can easily adapt to being taught art.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
Yeah.
so it's very much again part of that exercise. So apart from RC Baguio, who else did we talk to the Ron? RC Baguio, RC Los Baños.
Close to the high school here, where after that, we also talked to them about the, whether or not, once it works with stepping stone, considers it, because they have 75 people in their special, kids in their special needs
Yeah.
section of the high school.
Yeah, they have a big need. Actually, I remember
Their
that.
bigger issue is they don't
Correct.
have enough therapists.
So
So
very
that-
much so.
That was another thing I was
Yeah.
adding to my list.
Okay.
It's all,
Yeah.
it's the same sort of people, but it's not bad to help lots of people.
Yeah,
out. It's
yeah, different, anyway, different.
a different
children.
project.
Yeah. Okay, so that's, I think, I guess you carry on this
Yeah, I carry.
mental health, okay? Next,
I do think global grants is the way to go,
Yeah.
because otherwise
Yeah.
we'll run out of.
Yeah.
And we can't keep funding, but we need to try and also make
Yeah.
sure that it's sustainable.
Yeah.
Helping this year.
Yeah. I was gonna say, actually, I understand Jeannie is president for some international society of,
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's due to deliver actually at Vienna, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was with her last week and she was actually proposing a three, I think she has a 3-year program.
Yeah.
So, in terms of succession, you can also take that up and.
so it's becomes a continuing support by our club. So it doesn't become a one-time shot. And I guess having that international visibility, then our ability to tap other Rotary clubs would probably be enhanced.
It's fine, but
Yeah.
otherwise she.
Yeah.
They
And it-
ask all the time. She's fine.
And it really resonates also with RA, isn't that? Mental health is really a major issue. Okay, anyway. Yep,
But we'll go and find the right people and leadership, the convention.
Yeah.
So the global focus.
yeah, Louis, you wanna?
No, about the wheelchairs will be delivered.
Okay. Okay, that's it, that's gonna be taken now. Oh, next, no, this one.
Later.
Second one is the, sorry, before we go to that, we have this, okay.
Josephine Foundation.
Foundation. I went there.
So last meeting, the board approved an allocation of 100,000 for the projects to be conducted for that foundation. Then April 22, President Bing and P. Kit visited
Okay,
the
also,
facility in Pililla Rizal.
were you there?
Yes.
Okay.
So during our visit, we have identified a need for a generator because there was no electricity there.
Terrible.
So that's actually their proposal now, a generator.
375,000. Actually, it's gonna be area focus ko rin yan, di ba?
No, yeah,
For each. In 30 and.
340,000.
Yeah.
Actually, during our visit, Father Dari mentioned that they have a fund of 100,000. But in their letter, they said that they already spent that budget. So
Oh, yeah, because they raised 95,000.
yeah, they raised 95, but according to their letter, it's already used for another project.
So what are they asking for now?
That's
Which is how much?
340,000.
Sure. Can't that be under my area focus as well? Look it up.
Yeah.
Okay. So, both, when we went there, really it was, ironically, it was right beside those windmills, which generates renewable. And yet these people there don't have connection. And, if you go there, the people who are there were the elderly, and we were interviewing them. They were really literally, some of them were picked up from the street, some were just delivered to the doorsteps of another foundation, some came from hospitals who were already, getting full, so they had to send them off somewhere. Really pitiful, I mean, and I also saw at least two people there were kind of mentally, yeah, ill. But they've been getting support from other organizations, so that's why they're able to build a structure. We saw the structure wasn't completed, but they have enough to be able to, I guess, house certain number of people. For you to get there, you really have to go up a very, very unpaved road going to that area.
Yeah.
In terms of need, I really felt that it's an activity that really needs support. Now I understood it when I was there, right there. Keith, you may want to add to my own observations.
Yeah, the other connection is one of the people who is trying to now help the priest there is a member of Makati West.
I forgot to mention.
And we asked him why he didn't approach his own members, and he says, well, he's sort of doing this himself, and I guess there's some sort of conflict at this stage because he's involved in trying to reconstitute the board.
Yeah.
He doesn't immediately want to go there, but it might be an idea for us to say that we are happy to put in.
Mark Puyat.
Hmm. But it's if they get them, they've got their 23 people there now, they've got another building which is about ready, but they're going to need donations of beds and all sorts of other things to make sure it's right. And then they're going to be, and then they're going to be taking another 20 or 30 people, I suppose.
Maybe we can touch base with Makati West anyway, right? Ask them. Not too late yet.
But I guess if we do something, we'll have shown good nature. Depends on whether we've got the spare funds, but maybe we don't get tagged for putting beds in all of the new rooms that
Not
they built.
necessarily.
No, that should be, maybe their club can do that.
No, it's not what I'm saying is that, given that maybe we can, since Mark Puyat cannot do it himself, then we can approach, those guys and then say, would you like to work with us here and fund other needs that this foundation needs?
Yeah. I think the only trouble with that is that it's got to come from him, hasn't it? Because he's going to ask for all sorts of things, and then suddenly we're, he might ask for another million, another million, another million.
When you say he, referring to who?
The guy from Makati, was it? Sorry.
Oh, Mark.
Mark.
Well, I didn't get the impression he wanted anything. It just occurred to me now, since he's from Makati West and he feels that he might be conflicting, asking his own club. Maybe we can be the ones to tell. Would you like to cooperate? Anyway, you've got a member there who's trying to get this thing. Anyway, just a moment. I think the point is just we can move on. If it's okay with you. Is there any reaction as well to this allocation of this additional amount that will come from my area of focus? Go to the funding of this generator, right? Did we ask for more than one proposal?
Yes.
Okay.
They
They submitted.
They to some. Two quotations.
Any comments?
But that will be the installation of the delivery.
It's all included. The supplier will supply, yeah.
Oh, wait.
We're covering the whole amount of the generator or just 100,000,
390.
the whole amount.
No, it's
340.
340.
Oh, 340
But we did think originally it was going to be
less.
240, yes,
Yeah.
because they'd
Then they
said.
said,
Maybe that's the way to do it, and say, well, we're okay for,
yeah, but.
250.
Why leave them hanging if it's all in the,
I know, but then they go and ask for the other 100 from somebody else.
I'd rather just do it, man.
All right.
Okay, it's gonna come from,
Who will pay for the installation?
I think it's probably.
It's not included.
Okay.
Installation is not.
Is that what it says here?
Good point, let's inquire, but that's what they're asking for from us, so let's assure them. They're covered, of course. Let's just respond to their letter, which says that. And again, this will come from my area of focus, Ron, still well within, no? Okay, so. Any,
I move that this, yeah.
any second? All right, then we go to the next, which is what?
So the shower that proposed there, not for
Sorry,
the shower.
shower.
You know.
Well, you know, when we were talking with them, we were only,
Shower.
sorry, you did,
You're asking for a second project.
a what? Second?
The bucket helm, generator, plus the shower, and mobile shower for cleaning people.
Oh, how much is involved?
On the third paragraph, during your physical mentioned that. $95,000.
How much?
And it mentioned the mobile shower truck for town Graza. Marginalized communities, particularly those facing hardship due to homelessness.
Yeah, that's the 95,000 that they were able to
So what's
raise.
gonna happen to that? They're not gonna fund that?
They will allocate.
They will,
For that project.
No.
They raise.
so they
They
made,
raised 95.
they mentioned that they already raised 95. Now, Father Dari is mentioning here that he will use that money to
For
fund this
the-
project.
The shower truck.
Yes,
I see.
that is not ours.
I have no idea what their cost is of the shower truck. I'm sure it's not just going to be 55, right?
Maybe we don't want to.
Yeah, but you know, if you see them, Rodrigo, you know, your heart will.
Heart.
Yeah. And you know, my thinking is that we've got the budget anyway. What? Might as well help, you know. Yeah. And that's why I really wouldn't want to put the conditionality kit and raise 100,000 more. I mean, who would want to do that? Just want to get it on. Okay, is that okay with you guys? Okay, thank you. Next is what?
Approval of membership, Roy Moss, President, Empire Business Solution.
Okay.
Proposed by P. Kit Harrison, classification, business brokering.
Please,
He's like a real estate broker, but he doesn't do one, but he isn't. He's buying and selling small businesses, helping. So if you're an individual, so if you're a big company, you go to a merchant investment bank and they help you sell it. But there are some people where it's too below the threshold, but you've got to figure out how to get rid of your business because you want to retire and you can't hand it on to your kids. They do this in America.
Businesses for venture capital or capital market.
Well, potentially, yes, but also he probably is selling it on to somebody else and he's taking, yeah, smaller businesses and he's taking his percentage when he's selling for the company. So that's his background.
what's his professional background prior to putting up his own firm?
He was also involved in this sort of area, but in the finance side and also I think a little bit of real estate as well. Certainly his wife was real estate.
Here in the Philippines?
No, in the States. This is all in, it's all in California. He's semi-retired now.
He's living here.
He's living here. He's moved here because his only son, actually only child, was married a Filipina and they have 2 grandchildren and he works for ADB. So
He used to work for ADB, right?
no, the son
Oh.
does at the moment. So the son's not going anywhere. So he's decided to come here.
And it's cheaper to live here because of the taxes in California.
I think it's irrelevant. I think, you know, he's got a place in Rockwell. And his son is I think he's in Rizal and his son is in Luna. And he just wants to be a bit closer to the family because otherwise he thinks, you know, he'll never see his family again.
Families here.
His family's here. There's one son, he only got 1 kid. Yes.
Who suggested business brokering?
Most likely go Tony.
Go, Tony.
Mergers and acquisitions. M&A dash SME.
Arranger.
SME, small and medium enterprise. M&A is more than. M&A.
But do we really have a classification that way, for sure?
M&A.
Yeah, I don't mean talk brokerage, we don't.
Business brokering.
This is still running. This is real estate, finance. No, it's very general.
So what are you suggesting, Roxy?
M&A.
To,
And then dash SME.
so it's just a label that your question. But it wasn't Mr. Moss who actually said.
Oh,
that.
no, he didn't, no.
It wasn't.
No, neither did I, it was.
By the way,
It was-
this is some personal information for.
He just did.
But then we have to send it out.
Is he single, they're married?
He's married.
Just
He's married, his wife, so he's in his he's 76 or 77.
76.
Perfect, healthy fellow, yes. His wife's 72, so there's, it doesn't help our statistics. He's got one son, his son works for ADB, married to a Filipina, therefore doesn't be like, not likely to
His
move.
son must be our director, Kevin. He's an independent director of my company.
Kevin Moss.
Kevin was his son.
Okay, so that's the guy.
Maybe we should get Kevin.
So the club already has a bring in the next generation strategy, so this is actually part of my thought, because I can see he might like to do that.
No, you're saying that he's 76 years old.
Yep.
Maybe his son is 40 plus.
Yeah, exactly.
So maybe we should bring in the son.
Yeah, I know, but one at a time. How do I know him is the other thing, is other than the fact that he lives where I live. Sorry,
He's British.
he's American. Yeah, but I won't hold it against him. He doesn't like Trump at all. But the reason I know, he plays golf and he's a member at Santa Elena. So
And he plays good golf.
he plays okay golf. Right, so it's not like me.
But not as good as Rodrigo.
Not as good as Rodrigo.
Not as good as Rodrigo. No, don't worry. Yes, that's right. That's right. But he's here with an interest to do something, to give back a bit as well.
As our
as well
champion
as,
still Peps and Rodrigo were still good.
That's how I know it. I'm interested because I go around the golf course, I'm talking about what I'm doing in my life, and I talk a bit about Rotary, and he asked me, he said, so how perhaps can I get a little bit more involved in this? Sounds interesting. So that's how we carried on with our conversation.
Yeah, that's my.
When you send him to the wristwatch in Bawat, there's a
Including him the tournament of champions.
Yeah.
He's gonna join first.
Oh, go sit, are you okay with it? What do you think?
Yeah, well, prefer yes, the fathers.
Yeah, but then we get him to bring along his grandchildren to the reef boats, and then his son has to come anyway.
Let's not brought up our age.
Yeah, I know.
Increase again our average age. Oh,
But we should really be worried about engage.
Yeah.
Well, more than age. Well,
Engaged.
that's a nice one.
That's good.
He's engaged.
Oh,
He's
Rob,
engaged, right?
the people.
Yeah, well, regardless of age, it's
No,
engaged.
Again, I know for the younger ones.
Of course.
So what, you're
Of
rejecting
course,
this guy?
but I don't know him. Give him a message. He lives in the other building.
Never.
He lives in Junjun's building, actually. Huh?
No, but you know, I mean, well, what's really, yeah, Fred, well, what are your concerns? I mean, apart from the age,
You know, trying to bring down the age.
But it's said correctly, if he is engaged, regardless of age.
And then the next thing is that he's more likely to, with he's there, he's more likely to bring his son along.
Yeah. because-
And he's gonna be there more time, and he plays golf and the son doesn't play golf.
I think it's important yung engagement, important yung engagement. Diba? Even if you're, even if you're retired, as long as you're not yet tired, you're okay.
Yeah, no, he's,
Engaged regardless of age, retired, so long as you're not tired, as long as you're not tired.
No matter retire from the company, then you retire. So no, I just working for that company, but I'm like an old car, I put a new set of tires, so I retire.
retire, yeah, it's very good.
are these all punts? Is that how you define punt?
It's also a fun, yeah.
Please, send us information in writing.
P-U-N-T.
Send us information about the guy, right?
Of course, it says punt.
Send us information about this guy, right? His background.
Yeah, I mean, actually,
I think he's already,
But approval na.
but it's already gone around to the club members. I
what does the
think so.
application
I
form
also
say?
read
Does it say
something-
where he studied, where he worked?
Approval na ito.
Do you have any Para lang we can put it on the record.
No, but this is already approval of membership, so he has gone the round already.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. We can attend lunches.
He's as tall as you.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I've seen him already there.
Attended lunches, he's attended a plant, tree planting with, Freddie Borromeo. And he played golf with Rodrigo and me.
Already. No, but I think the information requested by Pito also is valid. Let's have specific information that maybe in his application form, which actually should be here.
Yeah, that's an application.
Education,
This is
where did he
dedicated.
used to work before, that must have been,
I'm sure, may application form too.
Of course.
can we request for that?
Hindi, kasi kung
Yeah.
nandyan na eh, sa akin.
Do you have it,
I
Keith?
don't know
Just,
how
yeah, I'm
we-
looking for it now, yeah.
How we should be.
And maybe the classification business brokering, that was suggested by, was it suggested by Tony Kila? Maybe, you know. Consultancy or something.
I can't remember exactly, no, so I know what I'm looking, but I think he did to begin with, yes, but then he.
Wag mo kami sino,
He's been doing, he ran his own business for 20 years.
No, yung business brokerage,
It's all this financial.
these are people who, who help you sell your business.
Yeah, M&A, yeah, various positions.
Yeah. Actually, we had a speaker before, from Link. That's the name of the company, Link. They spoke to us about, business brokerage.
So it is legitimate
Yeah, it's a legitimate,
classification, yeah.
I would think so.
So the Pito is good, DG, okay lang ba? I mean, should get the data.
I'm just an advisor, but these guys are proving. So, the information already has gone around.
Yeah.
Apologies, I need to bring you. Since they've seen it and they're like.
Does Roy Moss do brokerage on his own capacity?
Yeah, he has a business, his website, it's an American website, and he's living here.
But he's not affiliated with a larger organization.
No, but he's got quite a lot of different partners that he works with. You know, there's a big, call it if the logos are all correctly displayed in his website, there's a lot of.
It's kasi Empire Business Solutions, so maybe it should be Business Solutions Provider. You know, change na lang the name, brokering sana. Funny.
Where was it?
Well, like insurance brokerage is
Yeah,
it's a legitimate,
I'm not saying insurance brokerage is not legitimate.
Insurance.
Kasi business,
Yeah.
what kind of business is able?
But
You want capital, see, broker.
Area of focus yun, scholarly.
M&A, MSC.
So that's, we just, reclassify.
Okay.
We can support.
all right,
Okay.
sige, let's wait that one, guys. Okay,
Motion to approve.
okay, thank you.
I'm okay with that.
Okay, second.
They need to educate the board. If they want to have a more detailed presentation.
Yeah.
For memberships, can be appreciated.
Like the nomination form should be included in the kit.
Practically, I
Yeah.
mean, more details, academic qualification, professional business experience, but stuff like that.
If it is endorsed by a member, unless there's any specific objection from any other member. And if it has gone through the usual process, then okay. Unless there's an objection.
Has he attended already?
Yes.
And I'm sure he is not a former woman, so it's okay.
Diversification.
Because now you don't know, you have to be sure, you have to be sure, you have to be sure.
Oh, you better be sure.
Become president of the club if you will pay in D.
I am sure, I make sure, I examine properly.
Michi, sorry, we're not normally like this. It only happens when our vice president is around.
Only we have a lady.
I'm always with the guys.
What's the guy?
We're normally very serious folks.
You gave yourself.
Yeah, I am very gender neutral.
Okay. Okay, can we move on?
Let's just a quick note on the membership.
By choice.
So with the addition of Roy Moss, we have inducted 30 new members this Rotary year with a net gain of 8. Net gain of 8.
What's the criteria?
I think 10% only for that.
So what's 10%?
Growth.
6, 7, yeah. 6. 126 tayo nag-start eh. Base.
10% is no.
12%.
5% lang. 5% lang increase net.
That's why we need another.
How many more do we need?
No, we already achieved, complied with the district requirements.
I thought something 10%.
5%.
Five.
But nasa 10% na tayo, more than.
Less,
So we overshoot.
we're less than 10%.
Yeah, I'll just circulate it to.
Net gain.
Net gain is, yeah.
So we need what?
The other requirements that we need to meet is the 5 new members under 40. So far, we only have 4. So we
Under 40.
Under 40. Bata, no?
What's your criteria?
Paano under 40 sinil? Under the bed ng gusto.
Alright, Ron. I think we really need to update pala. We have to discuss the district awards. And if we're already,
yeah.
we have to, Mr. President, we have to discuss what's lacking in our district awards.
What?
I don't know, what, to achieve.
Membership.
No, not membership only, everything.
I think, you know, as the monitoring.
Okay, June 30. What do we need?
This one more member under 40.
Under 40 ng problema eh. Under 40, that's.
I'm talking about all criteria.
Projects or.
Yeah, the other requirements we covered it already.
Yung one impact project, Ron. Yun na lang, no? Or we already,
We can do one more. Yeah.
we'll do one more impact project.
Anong impact project gusto niyo?
I think we've done already, di ba? I would think that the mental health, the ILA,
Hindi, ano bang kasama sa
I
impact
don't
project?
know. How is it defined on him?
Ano yung definition ng this district para divine ng world? District ng
Anong impact? Impact to the community.
So 5% net growth per membership.
Kaya
That's
ano
correct.
yung isang impact project daw?
So 5%, we've met it.
Kaya nga, so we need one under 40 and then one impact project.
One more.
We already done with the one impact project, the children stay in Rotary homes.
So that's an impact project.
And
Okay na.
Things like mental health is not an impact project.
actually we need one more. We can. Yeah.
Gusto nyo bibigyan ko kayo ng impact project. Punta ako Pag-asa Island sa Friday.
Oh, then
Ako
what?
na lang kayo. I-picture na lang ako.
Anong role natin? Are you serious? No,
I'm serious. My group will be donating Starlink. Yeah. Kira mo naman yun. Kay Ipon.
Okay.
May na yung banner. Kunya, picture ako. Impact na. Okay ba sa'yo?
Pero that will fall under what kind of an activity?
This Simon naman is our member.
Okay.
We will, August, he will donate with us.
What can we donate? Let's say if we have to. Books? Do they need books?
Ayun, sinabi ko na, bring books din.
O yun.
O kaya, ang kulang namin, transformer, siguro mga 10,000
O yun.
pesos.
10,000 pesos lang?
Mga transformer lang. May binigay sa mo na mga transformer na kulang eh. Kasi para hindi daw yung power voltage. Kung gusto niyo yun.
Yeah. How much would that need?
Canvas.
No, but more or less ballpark, so we can set a budget.
Sabi niya wala pang sabi niya, dalawa eh. So 10 days, sabi mo 20,000.
Okay.
Oh,
What sort of transformers?
Yeah, but look at the transformer that Joseph is asking for.
Generator.
Generator. Transformer na para hindi mag-fluctuate yung kuryente.
But if you don't want fluctuation, it's AVR.
Ito.
Yeah.
Ayan. Yan lang.
Not a transformer.
Ah,
Transformer
AVR.
is also.
How many do they need?
Dalawa na.
Okay. Any
So kung gusto nyo,
I don't mind putting it under areas of focus.
Integrating books and AVR.
KBR, and then Raymond.
Di ba yung books I told you already, di ba? I texted.
Yeah. Alam mo ba yun, Ron?
Hindi pa.
Hindi yung books, di ba tinext ko sa'yo yung pumunta ko sa Pag-asa
How are you going to Pag-asa by train or?
AFP.
By the way, President,
AFP?
I think Kate said this to me.
Yes.
I think Peps and I are correct. You feel this classification. M&A advisor.
Okay.
So I would suggest we,
Okay.
Yeah, the bit that was typed in down the bottom was,
this need
Tony's assessment. No, I didn't get involved with.
Which Tony doesn't know.
yeah. He's like,
Ayun, basta, anyway, I'll bring, sabi ko naman, we'll bring the books that I already asked for.
Yeah.
And then if you want, allocate 20,
Yes,
I'll just get the AVR. I'll just give the receipt. See 130.
Then can we get Raymond also to sort of say, in conjunction,
Baka di siya pumunta eh.
no, but if it's Starlink, is it his company donating it or you buying it?
He's donating.
Have you talked to him?
Yeah.
Can you show? Or you just make a call and say, and it becomes an official arrangement with our member.
I'll text him, talk to him after this.
Guys, okay with you? Suggested by Owen, this could be, what, would this be considered an impact project?
Di ba ba yung back yun?
Well, there's our criteria. We need to do community needs assessment. Ganyan. I'm checking now if we already, actually, it's a matter of just reporting it as an impact project.
No, but there is an actual possibility here that can be done.
Kasi
He's going
we
already.
are putting the Starlink sa school.
Yeah.
Ang kwento kasi doon, may nagdala na sila dati, yung kasama nila US Embassy.
Yeah.
Din na sa community, binigay sa mayor. Yung mayor lives in Puerto Princesa, din na sa Puerto Princesa. Hindi, given to Pag-asa.
Yeah, supposed to be given to Pag-asa.
Oh, sa mayor.
But the mayor.
The mayor lives in Puerto Princesa.
Yeah.
O, pumunta Puerto.
Ridiculous, eh?
Kaya ngayon, we are donating to the teacher sa school isasaksak.
Okay. I mean, I certainly would endorse it, regardless whether you consider it to be an impact project or not.
I think they can impact.
So yun, basta yun na, kasi ang ano ko, I'll bring na the box, di ba, yung texted yun, bring the
Yeah.
box. Para yun ang part natin.
Being the part of the.
O sige, I can bring.
Of course, yeah.
You can accommodate an additional passenger.
Sinong gusto mo? Ikaw, sama ka?
I'm leaving for Spain tonight, eh.
Kailangan ka.
Sana all. Kung hindi 3, 5.
Ano yung books na dadalhin?
Hindi, kinatay ko lang yung listahan.
Okay.
Pero, mga elementary school children yung nandun. Tama-tama yung books natin, elementary.
Well, so pumunta Pag-asa. If I were Ron, I'd be interested to go to Pag-asa. It's interesting to me.
Kaya minsan ka lang pumunta, hindi nagpapapunta doon. Talagang we have to...
Pag-asa is, ano ba, that's
Batley.
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 So, huh?
Oh, gusto mo? I can just give the name.
It's a big thing.
C-130. C-130. Yun nga lang, C-130 walang upuan.
So.
Pag take off mo, sabihin nila, hawak ko. Hawak kang ganun. Pag landing, hawak ulit. Malakad ka po.
But in the meantime, what, you're standing throughout the whole flight? May upo naman siguro doon.
No, you sit on the floor.
Si World for Goods yun eh, parang dock yun.
Pero what time you say?
Hindi ko alam. They just give it to us kasi yung kausap namin DND at saka yung Air Force.
Day trip lang yan, day trip.
Balikan na. Balikan na.
Oh, don't they have little sort of bucket net seats on
Yeah.
the side?
They're nets on the side. Those are not seats. They're nets on the side.
Nets.
Then you hold on. When you fly, you hold on. When you land, you hold on to those
You have
nets.
your parachute on?
None. You pray hard.
And there's no boarding pass.
You pray hard.
There's an airport on the Pag-asa.
Yeah, there's a runway.
So you're going to put
Because
them
it's
in
you,
the
they're gonna land on the sea, yes?
Yeah. Overshoot, sorry.
Can we invite somebody from Caribbean para over?
I'll see.
Huh?
Okay, within the day, give me the names. I already submitted the names. Pero if you want, within the day, habol ko yung pangalan.
Kapag mo na, sama ka na rin.
Basta, either Friday or Sunday or Monday. Alam mo naman,
Friday, Sunday.
itong 3 or 4, 3, 5 or 6. But ang first schedule is Friday, which is
So, how
3.
Louis? Siya si Louis. Mama, I think it's very interesting.
Oh, yeah.
With the net, you hang on with both ends.
Yeah, well, it's up to you. 100, 200, really up to you.
They're really cool. They want to do
Yeah.
carry
That 20,000,
Oh,
area
sure.
focus na lang.
Okay, I'll just pay then they will
Okay.
meetings.
Okay, but let's minute cover it talaga in the minute. Okay.
Sir,
ganun po,
kami
Matt.
yung receive
One
ko,
o'clock.
yun yung sa revenues ni.
Ganun na lang.
Tapos yung bill, sabihin sa akin.
So is that okay with you guys?
Siyempre, ko na lang kung ilan yung sabihin niya sa akin.
Okay.
Finish.
For the record, okay, Neil, moving, bomb second.
What books are you going to?
He knows
Hindi,
already.
may listahan na bibigay ko na kay Anyway, mga elementary school children yun.
Okay.
One thing I just mentioned with the books, just because it's, I don't know, you want to select the books, yeah? Some of the books that we delivered the other day, on the weekend, some of them I noticed were, telling me how the Visayan, not Tagalog. So given that you're going to,
Yeah, that's Visayan.
Alam mo, when you, because it's our staff who would then. I don't know, that's what Keith is saying.
to the little kids, yeah, some of them,
So
so maybe it was a mistake, but the point is,
Who
if
checked
you're
it
going,
out?
if you're going to Palawan,
Our custodian,
you may
pero-
need, you may need Visayan. I don't know what the big-
The school selected the books.
Ah,
Yeah,
so
the
they
one-
may have specified it, but this was for where? Keith, for where?
Where we went
Yeah,
to the
Los
kids, where we went in Los Baños.
So anyway, the point lang.
You can see I'm becoming,
Make sure naman that.
a language expert now.
Correct, correct. Okay,
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I was practicing, it was very big writing and I was practicing my word. And I said, so how am I doing with my accent? And the woman says, I don't understand you. I said, why is that? She says, it's in Visayan, I don't understand it. I'm Tagalog speaker.
okay,
That's how I know.
all right.
Not because of my linguistic ability, I'm afraid.
To start that village.
Yes, please. So good, move on.
Yeah.
Really, I have to rush. Bob?
Yeah, okay, so basically, we got a proposal from Startup Village. Basically, the objective is this is under the economic development. So we're trying to build a ecosystem for startups. You know. So Startup Village is an incubator. And generally, the contract is cost neutral, so it doesn't entail a cost, except for joint co-hosting here in the clubhouse or the creativity center. So there, we're gonna spend, food, hosting, no. But I think, Ron, can you share the, yeah, so basically the document is 6 pages. I summarized it here. So these are the key points. So I think the important part here is the financial consideration, which is the revenue sharing. Ron, can you, this is, I think, where we need the approval. Basically, what it's saying with co-hosting, for example, we generate some kind of commercial activity with the startups. We're gonna get 20% of the revenue that SUV will generate. So, for example, they make 5%, we get 1% of that. So how do they make money? So when a startup raises funds, they get a percentage of that. Or if a startup attends one of their events and it's a paid event, we do it here, we can also get a share in the revenue. Basically, also the contract outlines some of the perks that will be given to RCM members because they do events also abroad, no? So they sometimes they do a tour in Silicon Valley, maybe twice a year. So if some of our members want to join, they can give us a discount. What else? So I think those are the main, I think it's the 20% that we need an approval on.
So what you're requesting for approval is the
revenue sharing. The revenue sharing.
Resolve now the issue of fact that we're not supposed to be engaged in taxable type of activities relative to PCNC.
Mhm.
handle it?
Well, I personally think we can structure it as a donation.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Easy to-
We can do that. We can certainly do that.
For purposes of documentation, I don't think we should say commission.
Yeah, okay, okay. They will donate us,
Share will come in the form donation that we will designate to a particular
mm,
project or beneficiary. Ganun lang siguro.
yeah.
So
Okay,
there's no cost out to us.
no, it's neutral.
It's the use of the facility, I presume.
Yeah. Actually, I excluded the use of the creativity center because it's not ready.
Okay.
So this is just on a,
An agreement.
yeah, we can use it once in a while,
Okay.
whatever is available. Yeah, yes, Keith.
I was gonna make a comment there. But if it's okay, if you want to finish and then I make a comment at the end, it's also okay. Yeah, so my comment with this is that I'm concerned that it's not Rotary as in Rotary Service Project. I think there's a conflict of interest, and saying that there's no cost, I think there's a massive potential reputational risk, not only for our club, but for Rotary International as a whole, depending on how you structure it. And therefore, I would say we should be very careful. We should, because if we're taking commissions on people putting money into ventures based on these guys here, and it goes bust, it comes back to us. Oh, you know, I put my 100,000 in because it's you know, supported by the Rotary Club of Makati. They know what they're doing. They're good guys. But meanwhile, we've damaged our reputation because one of our, you know, somebody gets upset that they lost their investment. So I think there's something just to be careful of, personally.
Are we taking positions on this, or we are
No.
facilitating the facility?
No, we are facilitate. I understand, Keith. We're merely facilitating this. No, and I think that the checkpoints on, you know, the caveats along the way, we kind of need to plant them when we're endorsing projects. We need to set this. No, so for example, the basic model is that we arrange a pitching session. So for example, today we're gonna invite 5 startups. They can present their projects. Some Rotarians are gonna attend,
They get interested in investing.
and they get interested in the investment.
And then we get a commission. And do we need a license for that? Or
No, we're not gonna deal with it's the incubator is gonna deal with yeah.
But they're still going to give us a retro commission based on
A donation. A donation.
But just be very, you know,
What is RCM really doing here?
Okay.
We're just providing.
An equal, yes.
And inviting potential investors, RCM members, among others.
Among other.
Providing venue for these SUVs
Hmm.
pitch their business.
That's one of the activities. They can also, that's one of the main activities.
So, they're not asking for our investments.
No.
It's the individual.
It's the
So
individual.
it's just providing them
Yes, the venue.
either here or during our meeting.
Yeah.
What was the background of the creativity center at the beginning? What was the deliberation regarding its possible use?
Okay. Well, okay.
Was that where?
Just to provide some context, no, kasi I guess we didn't start there, no, in the create. We actually it was Neil who introduced Startup Village, no, because we were looking for an organization to operate our creativity center. But of course, the creativity center is not yet ready. But you know, Startup Village is already you know, and Rotary is also already wants to, you know, get the ball rolling. So we're already doing projects with them without them necessarily, you know, using the creativity center. But you know, I told them that, you know, the use of the creativity center is not within the control of the club. So better to leave that out in the contract for now. It's just really more of doing, you know, occasional activities.
Maybe let me try to redefine my question or clarify. the context of our areas of focus or service area,
Mm. Okay.
under what particular area do you think would such an activity fall under?
Okay. The biggest, I think, economic development, because we're supporting startups. Another one is plus a lot of those startups are aligned with our areas of focus. For example, a lot of those startups work in agriculture or work in education, have education-based startups. For example, Milo, one of the startups is a speech. It's an app to address speech issues. So there's an alignment with education. And other areas of focus. Job creation, yeah, certainly.
Yeah. Actually, the winners of the Hatch
Yes,
project
yeah.
all using apps, right?
Mm.
So in other words, you've got the career, you had the doctor, you had the Pangasinan fish.
Yes, the
So
bangus
now-
fish kill, yeah.
So it's really in the context of that theme that
Yes.
we're now trying to promote other possible entrepreneurs who may have some ideas that they
Yes.
either want support for, either in the form of investors or technical, whatever.
Yes.
No?
Yes.
I think it has to be properly positioned in that context.
okay.
So, the way it's documented, just doesn't come across as if it's a
Commercial.
commercial venture.
Okay,
between
okay,
SUP and RC Makati.
okay.
So
Yeah.
let's maybe rephrase it, redocument it, and then we still have time anyway, then maybe.
Yeah, sure.
Maybe that would be
This information, I believe the information. that
Yeah.
Clear
Okay.
information.
Yeah,
About
rephrase it, topic.
this.
Yeah.
And then the matter obviously of the fee. It has to be positioned in a manner that it isn't a commission.
Mhm,
Although,
Okay.
Huh?
Sure, sure,
If
yeah.
you were, as a member, let's say, Louis, you found one of them to be a very good legal app or something like that, and you put in $10,000. Would you then expect 1% of that to come back to the club? You know, how do you, because you also got to think about how you disclose these things. Because you
Mhm.
shouldn't have any, you've got to have transparency. So if you're being told, well, it's being looked after by Start-off Village, so therefore your $10,000 will be 9,500
Mhm.
to the entity, because $500 will be taken as a fee by Startup Village. But you know, how does that? Would you feel it right that some of the money then came back to our Rotary Club?
I think-
It's a I don't know the answer to the question actually. I'm just
Well, as long as we disclose it to the member, as long as they're aware of anyway, the startup is gonna.
can I try to respond?
Yeah, sure,
Keith,
sure.
I think it's how it's structured and proposed. If it is in that manner, because inevitably, transaction, whether it's a Kata career, it's the Pangasinan fish kill, whatever one,
The X-ray.
X-ray.
Hmm.
Inevitably, it's the proponent who will benefit from it. Now, the only question then is, should the club have some benefit out of it? We really don't have to get 5% if we wanted to, but then perhaps as part of maybe their consideration, if they wish to donate on their end a certain amount to any project that may be designated with beneficiary. So for example, we can start for any project or proponent, we can say, we've got the following projects that are in need of support. Feel free, should any of you, whether it will be a successful arrangement that you'll be generating or not, feel free to please kindly consider donating. And stuff like that, I think maybe is the way to handle it. Because if for us to say that it should not be completely, it should be completely bereft of any commercial for the guy who's proposing it, that's kind of unrealistic. So I'm sure they're doing it also for certain commercial benefit. And we're enabling it, like the case of the Hatch project, we are enabling it.
Startup Village is a commercial enterprise, isn't it?
Yes.
I guess what I'm trying to say, it's
profit.
it's a question, how you present it, how it's documented.
But is my perception correct that the underpinning for this proposed commission is because of the use of our.
Yes,
venue?
yes.
So that's it.
Basically,
It's because of the what?
Because of the venue.
Yeah,
Principally
but-
because, we're not, you know,
like the startup village for a particular project that is down the line of Rotary. And then in exchange for that, if the project makes money, they make a pledge for the nation. So in other words, we identify, let's say they have 10 projects. Okay, we would like to partner with you for 2 projects. And this would be our support. If it makes money, then you donate to our club.
Yeah, that's certainly possible. Actually, we have a list of their, and that's a situation where RCM will take a position,
Yeah.
get invested in the startup. So that's a direct involvement, whereas the other one is on the ecosystem angle, wherein we're just allowing things to mix together.
I was thinking,
Yeah.
maybe down the line of Kids Talk, maybe we can just focus on, just to become a project partner. And then we identify the projects that we feel we could partner with. Instead of being formally aligned.
Mm.
Startup village.
But on the other hand, Gopsit, you will need some sort of documentation to say,
Yeah.
di ba? So,
Project partner instead of, you need to be a member of the group.
No.
Can I-
Okay, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, in terms of project partner, there's something that we're already doing if we're not documenting it, which is actually, I think, hugely valuable. So by bringing in people with expertise in startups or in cryptology or the other things that these are very useful vocational learnings that all of our members benefit from. Well, they'll, I suppose, depending on how much their interest is in that area. So I can see a huge value from being a partner with this sort of organization, because we can use them in the same way that they might, they can tell us, expand our knowledge, and that's a real vocational service, albeit sort of slightly, it's not directly from a member, but it's connected to a member. So I like that connection. But I just worry about the business connection.
I hope you don't mind, I'm trying to.
Yes,
see
sure,
if we're allowed
yeah,
here
sure.
by 1:30. So I think what is being suggested here, Bob, effectively, I think there is a deferment, okay?
Okay.
I think it has to be submitted in a manner that will cover all these concerns, among which would be the formal determination of what that relationship is, whether it's a project partner or whatever, and then it's a question of putting it in the right
Yeah.
context. I think, so the point raised by Louis, I think it's important. The whole genesis of this exercise, why you even went to the Hatch project, I'm sure, was because of the creativity center, right? So it has to be prefaced with all of that. So there has to be a preamble that explains it for documentation, or even when we publicize it, it's in the context.
Okay.
Actually, we're publicizing it already in the Tribune whenever we have seminars here, no?
Yes.
No. As I said, I don't know how much 5% will translate. I don't think that's important to us. But I think the matter of making a pledge,
Yeah.
in other words, any prospective relationship that we have with a commercial enterprise, which are probably a lot, what we would be expecting, of course, would be a pledge to designated beneficiaries. To me, put in that context, I don't think that
We need to
will
maintain
an issue.
non-profit.
Yeah.
And then let's pass it by our good counsel here as to whether it satisfies the.
In President,
Para to ensure lang we're not prejudicing our PCLC.
Of course.
Okay.
President, perhaps we can circulate the proposal to our legal counsel, and Attorney Louis, so he can maybe clean up the loose ends.
Pero kung propose drafted.
Yeah. I actually just summarized the skeletal structure na lang yung na yan.
Okay, I guess.
Kasi there are a lot of background information eh.
It's just the whole thing, but commission comes across differently.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Actually, I flagged it because that's the single thing that's critical in that 6-page documents, the 20%.
Yeah.
So that's the thing we need to iron out.
Reputation with a project, as to its point.
Yeah.
The reputation
Sure,
of this. Diba? That what if somebody does make an investment because of a session he attended in our club? Does that mean that guy come back after he said,
Yeah.
That's where it's coming from.
Yeah, of course.
Which I think is also valid.
Understood.
Clarification lang, no? Is it really the club that supposed to be responsible for this? Or is it the foundation?
Actually, if we structure it as a donation and appears as a recovery of the usage of the real estate, it should be the foundation in that
Yeah,
particular case.
that's what I thought.
Yeah, if it's gonna be a cost recovery of the facility.
At the advice of Attorney Louis. We need
Yeah.
your wise counsel as to whether we do it structurally with
Yeah, and you should make sure that the activities along the lines of the primary purpose of the of the organization. Diba? In the SEC registration there are,
Yeah.
so dapat aligned yun doon. It should be aligned with that.
3 points. No?
Yeah, maybe it could be split into two. Clearly, some of it is vocational knowledge and.
Maybe let's calendar next board meeting.
Okay.
For the foundation.
Yeah, no, for
Okay.
your suggestion, I
Please,
think we just need to reposition it.
Yeah.
So the action point is to redraft.
In a manner that will satisfy all the concerns. There were basically 3 things that will repeat, no? One is the use of the word commission, okay? Second is the use of the club to ensure that our benefit from that is not material or commission or whatever. It's more expecting whoever proponents to provide a pledge to beneficiaries that we can designate that they can choose from. Okay, and then I think the third one was
Reputational risk.
Reputational risk.
Reputational. It
Reputation.
would appear kasi there's some kind of guarantee, di ba?
Yeah, so then that's the position in a manner that it's not deemed to be being sponsored.
Or you may want to consider being a partner with them for just certain projects. It's an option, just to start off. Yeah. That's a possibility.
Actually, a partnership.
Possibility,
can legally
yeah.
be with the foundation and then
Right.
foundation, that's another way of structuring it. To take away.
Well, that would be fairly easy.
Yeah, because it's not
That's
taxable
the
entity anyway.
yeah. That would be
Oh, you got-
easier.
Just to get started.
Kasi I guess also part of the exercise is a sense of discovery. Yeah. Because a lot of how well, at least how I view it, is that a lot of the value comes from this small surprises and small discoveries. So we don't want to let go of that sense of adventure in the process. Though of course we do need to cover the legal angles and how we phrase the entire exercise. Yeah.
And
I get it.
I think you should also preface it with the fact that it is one of the priority projects
Yeah.
of government itself.
Okay, yeah. So
No less than the DTI through the NBC, then this. But so parang it all goes on in, to me, it fits really.
Okay.
Towards, well,
sige, okay.
yeah, so we can move on, guys. So yeah, we've got okay. Pedro Calungsod.
San Pedro Calunsod, Father Willie, approach President Bing for support. There are several items that they needed
The
help.
pictures,
One of them is the wheelchair, which PP Louis was able to secure donation of 15 wheelchairs.
To Maryland.
Now the next,
text, by the way.
Yeah, 15 wheelchairs.
Room, really.
Good, Jojo Villar.
Georgia Villar.
Pero these are it's our pediatric wheelchairs.
Yes.
That's why the window of the seats.
The pictures.
Okay na, it will be then for the 15 meter will be delivered.
And we give it all to them o may matitira sa atin.
Hindi, also.
so anyway, their proposal is adopt an angel project. They have 146 special children. And their plan is to provide a monthly supply of chocolate drink and powdered milk at a cost of approximately 600 pesos per child per month. Pictures, I'll show the pictures.
So magkano total?
How long is the project proposal? 2 months, 5 months?
Magkano ang total?
It's a monthly thing that we can unplug or anytime. I mean, really not asking for the whole amount. They have something 3,000. I want 3,300 children there.
So how much will
This
it
is
cost a month? How much will it cost a month?
600.
600 pesos per child per month.
How much
How many-
Start 146.
87,000 a month.
A month.
Mahal.
Yeah, we can give na lang so much, para nasa to stretch it out.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
what the guy is asking for is whatever it is that you can give. Let me explain to you very quickly. Because in St. James now, we have a new team of parish priests, okay? This particular parish priest is also actually just staying in the parish in the quarters of St. James because he doesn't have a place to stay. He is supporting a community of relocatees from Riles, people who were moved out of that, so were just dumped by government in this community. And he was inviting us to go there, and I haven't been there myself, but he sent pictures of some of them. But more important, he also highlighted the fact that there are also autistic children with mental issues.
Do you still have funds for our malnutrition program and use? I think that we can allocate.
Yeah,
Meron pa ba sa nutrition natin?
meron pa.
I should ask Petu pala, our treasurer.
Teto, meron pa ba? Unavailed funds
Where is this?
sa malnutrition, ano natin?
Actually, Joe, that's what I'm going to discuss later.
Galit na.
Ikaw naman, kasi ba? Hihingan ka na ng pera. We got the message there too. Ayaw pa ata magbigay.
No, it's
Inihingan ka lang, nagdadabog ka na.
It's actually a case of the monitoring of the level of funding that the club currently has. In terms of expenditure, it really has a lot of improvement. Well, because actually in my report, I'm going to deviate from the normal format where I show all of the budget versus the actual spend for each of the projects.
Would you like to go into that very quickly? Para lang since we're at it already.
I actually,
While he's here.
because,
You have to leave also, right?
yes, because now,
You wanna flash it?
no, actually, President Bing, we're not going to flash anything.
Okay.
What I'm going to flash is the available funds that we have,
Okay.
which is in China Bank, which is 6.6 million plus our balance in BPI of 12 million.
Okay.
But the 12 million in BPI does not consider the checks that we've been issued against the checking account. My concern is that in terms of monitoring the disbursements, we do not have a handle of things because I think we've discussed this before. Rodel, when he inputs all of the amounts for disbursements, I don't think he captures it correctly.
The entry.
Before we discovered that there are things that are lodged in the category for each of the projects. It's not captured correctly. But I think it was remedied. But now kasi, every time, actually I'm bordering into frustration already. Every time I ask for a report right before a board meeting. Normally I expect it to come, kasi I just instructed them, let's put a cutoff for our expenses. But at least we have a covered period, and that's what I'll report to the board. But unfortunately, I always get the report 1-2 days before the board meeting, which I do not have any time to validate already. So most of the time, I report blindly. I rely.
You had hired somebody.
That's the point. No eh.
Why? What happened? I thought you had a contract.
Jay, we thought, no, I had high hopes with JM Borja.
What happened?
We sat with him, sat together with him, discussed my expectations. I even gave him a template that I wanted for all of the board reports. And then I gave him instructions, let's put structure into you know, reporting the disbursements and then reporting the budget
Yeah.
versus the spend. Up until now, I think, when did we meet with him? I think
3 months ago,
3 months ago.
When was the last time the guy reported?
the last time I saw JM, last board meeting.
Yeah, he was here.
Who's that guy from? Is he from direct hire or?
It's from the Proline.
I didn't know.
I think it's a perennial problem, but we've
You didn't-
discussed with Ron.
You didn't know that he was not coming?
The issue with programs already been
There.
addressed. It's more like parang it's out of, it's out of PI. Michael still gets that we start of program, but because program is associated with Michael and with Tito, it's why we're kind of.
I know. The thing is, we have an agreement to let it know.
Yeah.
We did a contract with this speaker. Clear agreement.
Well, with them, but when it was still Jeline, was the one who's. Yeah, but when they were Jeline, well, for lack of better term, I think it's involved with everything. Diba?
But all of these things we were aware of. That's why we had contracted Proline to give us that person who I thought was pretty good, no?
I think
But it's
President
actually
Ping-
the father would even talking about paying of the.
yeah. I guess President, and I'm requesting the board for guidance as well. If probably we can get a full-time person. Kasi what I would like to happen is really a maker-checker function for the treasury or for the accounting, for the finance department. Because I can do so only so much because I can get the report, no way of validating. In fact, what I suggested and what I recommended to JM was every time we circulate checks for signature, there has to be certain, of course, there's documentation. But what I recommended was an added document stating there where it, of course, it was in the document, but the actual budget versus the running balance.
If I may suggest, again, in the interest of time, hope you don't mind. Do you have a specific proposal in mind? So you wanna hire, I mean, how do we give you authority? I mean, maybe that's the point really to be discussed.
Maybe we can redefine the role of Proline, strictly bookkeeping, and then we hire, as you suggest.
Well,
some
actually,
other
what's being
cashiers.
suggested before GovSit was to get rid of Rodel. Whether get rid, not necessarily of Proline, to replace the guy. That was, I think, already,
Okay.
not necessarily to cancel the contract.
No, what I mean, limit the contract, bookkeeping only. In other words, I'm in favor of that suggestion. We hire somebody direct for treasury. And then the bookkeeping strictly will be done by Proline.
Does he have an issue with
Documentation.
Agreement there is, right?
the records? Or is the agency underlist naman?
It's both accuracy and timeliness.
So I was thinking that probably the format showing the budget and the actual to city variances can be also.
Yes.
So you can be.
See, because case in point, the last time when we had the pre-planning meeting for Keith, when I presented the running budgets for each of the projects for the incoming directors perusal, you had some questions because there were some items there that were not captured. So it was really, it turned me off because I was the one who's presenting the numbers. And every time I get a report, I'm also questioning the integrity of the report already. And I have no way of validating it. That's my frustration.
Yeah, I think these are issues that we had talked about before, and I thought with the resolution. Honestly, I wasn't aware that there had been any problems. I don't know what is going on, but in the light of our experience, Proline may not have been either aware or not really up to the whole thing. Your proposal, I think it's something that needs to be discussed here. And then in each case, then what kind of budget did you have in mind?
Yeah.
would you like to come up with a proposal and a
Will do,
budget,
will do.
description of the job? Are you talking about one guy? Is it just a bookkeeper, or do you want somebody on top of the bookkeeper?
Yeah, pero maganda kung merong may format na susundin. So anyway, anybody naman there, if you get us a format para fill in the blank.
We were supposed to send Rodan a letter asking Rodan to assign another individual in lieu of Rodan. We already discussed.
No, what happened was, I talked to Tito. I talked to Tito already, and basically Tito saying, we'll replace that guy, but meantime, here's this person. Okay, then I think there was a meeting, but we also said, in transition, to let Rodel run there in parallel with JM. Because the guy has awareness. If the guy doesn't really shape up, Rodel, he will then be definitely replaced. I think that was the whole arrangement. But, I guess I never really frankly got feedback that things weren't working out. Because then we could have done something about it and said, okay, Tito, just get rid of this guy and come up with a new place. I'm not prepared now to just cancel the relationship with Proday. I think, apart from the fact that Tito is our member, I would take a simpler question of selecting the right bookkeeper, and whoever it is that they will decide is not acceptable, we will have every right to say, please change.
Okay.
Ganun naman yun, we can change anytime.
But in the meantime, as a fallback, my suggestion that come up with what you think are the requirements in terms of description, what the budget might be, so then it can be formally taken up.
Okay.
At least there's a resolution already.
I would also recommend if we can come up with a policy manual to document the steps. I'll include it in
That's
my.
part of the exercise of Jay.
Yeah.
He was supposed to do that. How long has he been with us, ba?
3 months.
He was reporting to you.
Yes.
Have you disbursed any amount? Have you been paying for them regularly?
Did.
Yeah.
And then when we give any allocation of the budget, when we instructed that we rationalize the reallocation, it wasn't really effective. So we were still working on the same application. And I found out.
Okay,
But I will come up with a.
please. Actually, in answer to your question, it's not a question filling in the blanks. Whoever's the bookkeeper, he also has to interpret and make a determination whether it's the right account, or if it's not the right account, what would be the right. So it's not a mechanic.
Yeah, but there is a form.
I know,
Susundin
but
yun. At least, uniform, whoever.
I think they call that chart of accounts or something. Huh?
Even if we change bookkeeper, so
Yeah.
nasunod lang siya. Para may form na tayo.
Parang may chart of accounts yun. You're the CPA, right? Chart of accounts yun that.
I can check the chart of accounts. Baka kasi pwede biyakin lang yung chart of accounts.
So can you help?
Sige.
Huh? Okay, good. Sorry guys, 1:14 can we move on? That's okay with you?
That's extra report.
Yeah.
That's right.
Ask ka rin ba?
Yes.
Okay, how much is being requested by?
600 times 146.
Monthly is 7,000. Pero pahala na tayo.
87,600 is 1 month. 87,600.
Ano masabi niya sulat?
There's no mention. There's no mention of how many months.
Okay, then we make parang a tentative call, okay? How much? Okay, wala kang present.
So hindi magano na lang tayo, 2 months.
Oh, sige, 2 months na lang.
Okay.
Take it out of, kaya ba ng areas of focus ko in 2 months? Huh? Kaya? Kaya?
Ayan.
Alright.
Kaya pa.
Okay, good for 2 months.
Wala, abono si boss.
Okay.
Next, scholarship program, Saint Nicholas of Tolentine Parish in Cabanatuan. This is the same parish we partnered for our Tulong Dunong program where we provided school supplies to over 400 kids. Now they're requesting for financial assistance to 50 students at 3,000 per year.
Magkano yun? Pero absolute amount, magkano yung absolute amount na
50
hiningi?
students, di ba 50?
50 times
Full year.
3,000. 150.
O, kaya pa ba ng budget ng area focus ko?
Kaya.
Really?
Kasi ang tanong doon, meron pa ba? Kasi kung
Kaya nga.
meron pang iba, then we have to divide among those na nangyayari.
Yeah, yeah.
And of course, we have to post, even if you're 2 to 3 months, baka naman may dumating next month. So you have to also save a little.
On our
Sandali.
last meeting, we still have balance of 749,470 from the
nga.
reallocations we made last.
Ron, pero ano itong financial assistance? Ano itong financial assistance?
Scholarship.
Hindi, what is it specifically? Is it supplies? Is it transportation? Is it food?
I think this is more on the tuition because some senior high school students are receiving vouchers from the government. These are the students that are DSWD homes, alternative learning systems.
They're not qualified.
They're not qualified for the voucher ng government.
Kasi may earning na konti.
Meron pa tayong pera pang support as how you mentioned.
Mayroong pera pero, I mean, for what reason, di ba? These are students from DSW homes, ALS completers who are not qualified. Balik-aral students due to financial. What is the financial assistance? I don't know.
Because ang ako dito, sa DSWD, if you're a working student, presumption meron kang earning.
Yeah.
So hindi ka qualified for the whole so ito yung mga actually nasa borderline ng may kaya at walang kaya tapos hindi na bibigyan ng DSWD. So ang hihingin sa akin.
Ano nga? Financial assistance for what? Is it for the tuition?
Tuition,
For the
tuition,
supplies?
Tuition.
Do we need to know their grades before we give it to them?
These
Kasi
are
me,
students from DSWD homes, alternative learning system completers who are not qualified voucher recipients, balik-aral students due to financial and health reasons, as well as working students. Yun ang kanyang ano. Now, in essence, Pepito, I think each student requires a certain amount of money that typically DSWD would be giving. Now, these are the students who are not entitled to it. So they're supporting it, and they're asking for whatever help that they can give in supporting tuition. It doesn't really specifically say, no, it just talks about.
we can
assume it's tuition.
well, we can, tell them.
I guess those vouchers are really for tuition.
Tuition,
Oh,
yes.
pala, tuition. Okay. So, ano, does that,
Okay,
okay,
suggestion there is Mr. President, you just allocate whether it's if you allocate 50,000, baka na the school that is a contribution. If you want to allocate 100,000,
Okay.
a contribution. We're not naman obliged to give to everybody.
yeah,
But if we can give everybody, why not? But if you decide to allocate 100,000, then that's a contribution. Baka na-
Right now, it's 150. 150, right, Ron?
Yes.
oh, can we handle 150?
Yeah, based on his report.
Pwede.
Kaya.
Oh, kaya.
Kung hindi,
Now, my suggestion is
Hindi, tayo.
we request the school to give us the names of the students and the profiles and maybe a qualifications of what
Yeah.
why we will sponsor them.
Similar to dual tech,
Yeah.
what we require, di ba? Who are they, why,
Okay.
but then in terms of amount, like 150 is what is being asked.
But these are grade school, ano ba?
Senior high.
Working. Baka high school.
Senior high school.
Get the information circulated, passed by resolution,
Okay, but I'd rather have an amount already for purposes of allocation authorization.
150 up to at least 100,000.
Yeah, something like allocate as far as your.
You said 150.
Yeah, 100.
Ano yung 150 base?
The 50 students.
50 students at 3,000.
50.
It's in the letter.
Kasi 50 students times 3,000, yeah, 150.
Ron, itong Cabanatuan, what other project did we help them?
Books.
We have the Tulong Dunong program during the start of the
How much was that?
year.
This is
We
your
provided
connection.
school supplies. I think we 70,000 pesos in total for 400 students.
He's in charge of the, for people who wanna have annulment. I think I mentioned too, di ba? Annulment of marriages. He has the court. Yeah, this is.
May ano ka? Certain
Biyang ko yung,
certain annulment.
If they want to charge canonical divorce, eh?
Ganon? Bakit kitain mo pa siya?
No, so what is the decision of the board? So what's the decision of the board? What other information do you need from them?
no, no. I've known this young man before he even became a priest.
No, I'm asking that. I'm saying, what's the decision of the board? Yeah, you said that information.
Huh? Yeah, I mean, and I'm gonna take it out of my area of focus.
Yeah.
That's an exceed 150, if the budget will only allow 100.
Whatever the budget allow, but right now you're saying 150 is
150.
doable.
Doable, yeah.
No, but
Once you confirm, then okay.
Okay, game.
no, you're asking for other information. What's the other information we're asking for? Profile.
Parang naman,
Approved principle, the allocation of
we did that
150,000
dual tech. I think we should-
subject to the submission of profiles of
Sure.
the students. Profile and
Do we need
performance
other
report.
grades?
Okay.
As a documentary and.
Oh, parang may reporting ka lang para
Okay, ano nangyari, et cetera. Huh?
Okay. Okay. After, okay.
Maybe they can even go to dual tech. Some of them could be.
Okay.
Okay? Anything else?
Schedule for the dinner hosted by Echanovas for Paila.
Hey, Mr. President, since we're all, a lot of us is going to,
Singapore.
Singapore, I'd like to suggest, by sign for the these days.
You will host in Singapore.
No, no, May
Going
21
to
and 22.
Yeah.
If the board, if a lot of us will be available,
May 22
she would like to hold dinner at their home, their family home.
or May 22, okay with you guys?
21, 22, one is to be a convenience.
Huh?
Family.
Raisa,
Yeah, family home, yes, of course.
I'm okay with family. 22 is a Saturday.
no, May 22 is a Wednesday.
Actually, you can choose. 21, 22.
I'd rather go for, we have a club meeting on 2021, huh? So we don't have to be going back and forth.
Either yan.
Yeah, they know, right?
So, it's the fashion report. Because I will be with the Isa Friday, I think that.
Okay. 22nd, is that okay with you guys?
Okay,
Wednesday.
So what time?
Yes.
6 p.m.
6 o'clock.
She will host a dinner for us.
May 20.
The Henchakova family. will host that. So, yeah, what's the address?
21 family.
So the whole club?
May 21, Gab.
Magandang meeting, ah. Okay. Siguro those who have in the file,
The advisors are in.
those the ones that have in the file.
Your president.
Paila, Exicom.
Huh?
I don't know na. Gab, 21, 22.
May 22. File a board.
Not the club board.
File
File.
the expo. Marami tayo, dapat tayo sa file expo. Dapat pa sa ito.
Wala ko mahilig. Wala yan.
Kasi I need to tell Isa explain to.
Yeah.
Pap, pwede niya extend that to the board.
Parang sa board at least.
Can you give me some numbers?
Board and advisors.
Bigyan ko ng numbers.
No, but she told me also Friday.
Including ANS ba?
Six or not. I'll be there on a Friday.
Okay, sige. Parang hindi matutuloy yung ano kasi parang
I'll ask her.
What time? 6:30?
I'll ask her. So, Just the final board? Yes,
Just the final board, yes.
Request, I mean, if there's a desire to include
Only for the final.
Ayun na nga.
Because he also told me that.
Yeah, kaya nga. So yun na lang, it's still the heavy.
So I don't have to attend.
Yeah.
no, but those who no. No, but those who really help, you're very much part of it. Of course, you were a major supporter of that activity. Huh?
Especially your wife.
Yes, no, really.
By the way, talking about, as part of transparency, perhaps with the request of the president, if our treasurer can give us a financial rendering of the sources of funds and expenses for good order.
For the
For the final-
Broadway?
Well,
No,
the
for
final was very successful. I think for good order, we should have a transparent report to
Yeah.
have the board of good. I hope we'll be doing this again soon, right? Maybe 2 years from now.
Next year.
But I think,
Next year.
Thank you, everyone.
but I think, that's a good suggestion. I really forgot to ask Tetu. Pwede masabi mo si Tetu?
Para wala rin masabi, yung mga members.
Tama. That's a very, very,
Because you may do this again after a year.
but we're out of the money. There's no question. It's a question of minimizing the cost. Diba? Okay,
Can that be done on time for the club awards?
okay. Want to talk about the club awards?
Yeah, Club Awards, June 25 or June 29. It's either luncheon or dinner. Now we need to appoint the chairman, identify the awardees,
We'd like to
organize the
nominate-
program.
VP Howie Galea.
Hindi ko alam kung nandito ako ha. Baka abroad ako. But sige,
Okay?
baka earlier, para sure andito ako.
May mga guest speaker na tayo ng mga first few.
Kasi I might be out.
How about June 18? You're gonna be here?
June 18 would be good for me.
May meeting na tayo nun eh.
Well, for the club awards?
Move mo na lang.
Sino bang 18?
Yung mga guest speaker mo.
Shell Habito.
Na-commit na ni Shell yun eh.
Pero baka na.
Pero kay Shell parang he had a difficulty and we had to. Nag-confirm ba siya in writing?
Alam ko yeah. Yan, sige nga, Shell Habito. Yan, nag-confirm na siya.
Yeah, baka naman di kailangan Tuesday.
We can do it on
19.
Friday, yeah. But we don't usually do 2 meetings naman in 1
But
week.
it's not necessarily a meeting to parang.
Hindi, gawin mo parang yung Friday night live natin, gawin natin.
Sige, we can do it.
Ayun.
Friday night.
Sige, we'll work with Howie. Let's na lang, determine a date.
No,
Okay.
but let's set the date now para maliwanag na.
Sige, kayo. Anong date daw?
Earlier, before the 20th.
Before the 20th.
21.
O, 15. Ano sa?
June
Friday,
14?
June 14. Okay sa inyo?
Sige.
Dinner? June 14, dinner?
Dinner. We have money for that.
May budget tayo.
So where do we have it? Ito. How much?
We can check out other locations then.
Thank you.
Last
Okay.
time around, we did it Manila Port.
Hindi ka naman maalis.
Oh, I mean, last year?
20 onwards.
No, we heard it at Manila Go.
Yeah.
Manila Port.
Why not sa gabi ng 19?
Kaya nga wala ako nung July kasi I'll be out.
June 19.
June 19 sa gabi nila, instead of lunch.
Okay. A venue.
June 19, it seems to be Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesday.
How much is budgeted for this? Where can we go? I mean, realistically.
Yeah, mga Manila Polo Club.
Kaya?
we can
You sure?
Oo. May minimum to.
Are you sure?
Yun natin
Before that, Manila Port, before that, it was Chef Jesse.
Yeah.
Sa Cherkesi,
Kaya na,
Manila Golf kasi walang minimum.
Yeah.
Manila Golf.
Manila Golf.
I'm not a member of Manila Golf.
Yeah, we asked Michael.
you can request Michael.
If he's here. I'll ask you.
250,000 budget.
1,000, we see that can be.
Yeah, but we cannot spend that all for dinner.
Yeah, meron pa mga tokens.
Ipito tayo ng magandang singer para masaya.
You missed the last party.
Overage.
Don't go into that, you will be late. I know, don't go into that, that singers.
Overage, nakita ko na, overage.
Eh, pwede ba yun? Okay yun. Ay, sorry.
Ay, sorry.
So, RCM clap over, Manila.
Okay, so
Okay.
Siguro pag ganyan, we just allocate mga 180.
Where we can go?
We'll allocate.
We'll send you yung comparative budget ng mga previous club awards
yeah,
para
pero more important, saan natin gagawin na affordable?
Yeah, polo or
Polo, abot ba yun? For Christmas, what was it? When we had the Christmas in Polo.
What about trying to use it?
Kasi polo may minimum.
Kaya nga eh.
Just doing the other.
Kung wala na tayo dyan sa 250 sa minimum polo.
let's ano na lang, let's
Basta
work on
Bellevue.
it.
What
Kasi
Bellevue?
maganda na lang, ang take care, maganda tayo, mag-canvas.
Mag-canvas tayo.
Okay.
Everybody.
So when will this be?
June 20, 19,
June 19. Okay.
June 19 dinner.
Wednesday,
Yeah, Wednesday.
June 19.
For what?
Club awards.
I think it should stay.
June 19 daw.
Hindi ko pwede to si Louie, change chair.
Sabay sa ko.
Unless you want the chairman.
Hindi, okay na.
Ikaw na.
Okay na Wednesday. Kasi
Gobsid, okay sa'yo?
first runner up. Paano na ulit?
Gusto mo na naman. Kasali ng binibini.
Bastos na, ng kamot.
Next, treasurer's report, update from the directors. Rana,
Oh, si Michi. Sorry, Michi.
lip badge, okay. Lip badge.
Saan?
Magkaho,
Where?
June 1, lip badge.
Last time, it's 30 bucks from RCS budget and 20 from the result. Sir, we have an agreement there just for you to sign today. And then we scheduled it on June 1. We have two options, we fly direct and then come back same day. Or if you wanna break it to the Union and Darbacan.
Loan yun. What's happening,
If you
Loan?
want to break the trip
Huwag
or
na matulog.
Sa Thunderbird. Maganda rin. That's fun. We had fun the last, I think, di ba? Overnight siguro. Di ba? What do you think, guys?
May meeting pa kaya? May meeting pa.
Okay yun ah.
last year we balikan last.
Balikan tayo.
Pero, hectic eh. Pero if we can go to Loan, that's great. Ah, wow. I thought that was fun. Doon ka ba? Thunderbird. You weren't there? That was fun.
They're birds but no thunder.
Oh,
Okay.
Si Michi yung nagsasalita ko talaga.
talking about doing it
Okay.
for reef buds. Either
So June-
overnight or day long.
I said this is my, what is it, wish.
Wala si Gobsid. Wala kayo,
But she's talking about
wala kayo
vegan
sa
particularly.
June
So,
1.
just announcing.
Nasa Sydney kayo nun. Nasa Australia kayo.
Sorry. So, take the plane. We can do overnight as well.
So we fly to Bigan,
And then-
straight to Narbacan,
To Thunderbird.
closer. For 1 day only, we fly to Bigan, Manila Bigan, and then go from Bigan to Narbacan,
Okay.
go back to the airport,
Oh,
less than an hour, and then we go back to the airport, come back.
where do we, if it's an overnight thing,
If it's overnight, for example, if you want to land trip, you can go 4 hours, 5 hours to San Fernando, and then another.
That's by land.
By land.
So President Liga, there's sister club there.
I know, but the question is whether it's overnight or not.
It's
And
up to
well-
you actually,
Again,
No, I'm not, because I thought,
it's overnight, you can get their sister club. to-
no, but I thought Winston would be hosting the
We can
overnight.
have Charlie post us.
he's the
Because-
host in.
Because Winston will be hosting if it's going to be overnight at this place. That's what that point is,
Let's go and see.
diba?
And hosting too, even if you use the plane, it's also hosting.
But he'll be around, obviously. Ako, I'd rather do it.
Overnight in Thunderbird.
Thunderbird.
Yeah,
It's-
Thunderbird.
it's just-
How many hours not from Vegan?
From here, it's.
From Vegan, mga 3 hours.
Here it's five.
Mga 2.5 to 3 hours. Yeah, from Narvacan, mga 2.5 to 3 hours.
In other words, this is going to be overnight, wala rin pay, kasi we travel by that. Pay,
That was it.
and then go to Vegan,
It's
right?
overnight, pabalik, we take the plane on
But we consider also, sorry.
Mga pwede kang plan sa,
Please Friday.
mag-play ng Friday, balik ng plane.
We were able to do that before, kailan balikan tayo. We had lunch, and then.
Well, yeah, but it's kind of. I thought going to Thunderbird, spending the night is also. You were nice and.
O kaya pwedeng Saturday, balikin.
Within Sunday.
Yeah, pero
But
kasi
we
doon,
can also
kasi-
be used for overnight. So for example, Manila to San Fernando, and then San Fernando to Vegan the
As
next day.
road trip.
And then Vegan to Manila on Saturday after.
By plane, huh? Both by planes, actually.
Yes.
The only road trips vegan to San Fernando. That sounds good.
No, not anymore. So plane from San Fernando to Vegan also anymore. So 3
Okay.
plane rides.
Mag-play.
All the way.
Di
all
ba,
the way.
di ba,
yeah.
If you
San
like that.
Fernando
well,
muna
go road
first
trip.
day, then spend overnight
Oh,
on
fine.
Sunday, you plan the reports and then you go back. Yun, pero di ba?
That's nice.
Pero
But
vegan
you
to
make it
Narvacan.
for
only
Yeah,
30
well, then for the rest,
Yes.
From vegan to Narvacan would be for 30 minutes. By
so 8 lang.
8 lang yun.
Hey. Pwede kong pero imbes na engineer, meron ako co-pilot. Pwede ko pa din.
Nagdala ka na ng sarili mo.
Co-pilot na eh. Kasi nag-pilota, pilot.
Ito pinapila mo sa akin.
No.
Di ba? Oo, pwede.
Air Force.
Baka sa Air Force One.
Okay?
Ang Air Force.
Ano schedule natin sa Singapore? May schedule?
So,
Wait, sorry, before we leave Michigan.
When do you first will leave the
it's easy.
ano?
No, wala yung set. Ako overnight. Ano medyo mas relax. Hindi yung,
I mean, the Isabela trip we had was nice. Because we were able to spend the night.
I thought that was relaxing and fun.
Yeah.
Ako I'd rather do overnight. Okay, in terms of date.
Ikaw na lang bahala.
Sige, I'll coordinate with them.
Then siguro for those who cannot be accommodated, then let's rent a
Aban, yeah.
boater.
Yeah.
Van, di ba? Okay, so what, either June 8. We leave it up to you, no? Kasi June 19 would be fine. Right?
No, June, ano tayo? June 1 yung nakaschedule.
Sorry.
So May 31 ang alis kung sakali.
We're arriving to Singapore 30. Okay, so June 1. Ang alis, ganang alis. Ganang alis.
If not,
May,
if you want to.
Pero kung magpe-plane kayo directly, pwedeng June 1. Direct plane.
it's not June 1 overnight. Doon and then 2. Hindi pwede ganun.
Hindi, kung June 1, diretso dun sa Bigan, tapos
Hindi, I know.
they stay sa San Fernando to stay overnight.
Hindi, kaya nga. Pwede bang yung June 1 and 2? Oh, pwede.
Yeah, June 1, you fly to
You know,
Bigan.
but my question is kung pwedeng plane din, pabalik.
Pwede nga.
Pwede, di ba?
Oh, yun na. Oh.
So June 1 plane.
One day rest.
Pwedeng 1-2. Pwedeng
Yeah, 1 to na lang.
So Michi, June 1, fly to Bigan, do the rip buds, tapos fly again to San Fernando, stay overnight.
No, stay for the night of June 1 in San Fernando.
Yes, San Fernando.
And then you come home
Stay.
to Manila on June 2.
June 2,
Yes, yes.
balik na ng Manila.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. For those who cannot be accommodated.
So you have 3 plane rides during for the entire trip.
It should be fun.
1, 2.
That also on a Saturday and a Sunday.
Okay, next.
Meron pa ba, Rob?
Yeah. Mabilis na lang. Bank signatories for 2024-2025. The usual President, Secretary, Vice President, Treasurer. We just need this approval so we can process the bank documents.
To approve.
Approve. Then updates on the waves for water, Director Bom. Waves for water.
Okay, so we have an existing project, no, with the Waves for Water. So we're scheduled to deploy 210 water filters in Camarines Sur. Can you go back to the itinerary? So this is tentative but like very likely it's going to be May 13 to 16.
Is in charge of the new map.
In map,
Environmental.
the one I'm not entirely sure. Pressbing, do you know the? It's Dick, Attorney Dick, and Karen. Yeah. Batong Bakal, I think.
Yeah.
Karen, that's the one. Yeah.
That's
So we're scheduled to deploy this around
It's
May
part of
13 to
the
16.
campaign for malnutrition. of Pinay.
So yeah.
Right now, it's Bongos handling it.
Yeah, so basically, we have the barangays locations, and we dedicated 1 million pesos to this project. So we've already allocated that. They already have identified the ano. This is a go already. We're already coordinating with the mayor in that area.
Asking for the people who will.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes,
will join
actually,
the-
that's right, yes. Oh, I have to, I'm waiting for the, as in final itinerary. Kasi ano pa? Yeah, sure, oh. Baka ganun din ako, I'll probably be, yeah.
Map din ako, so parang
Oo, di ba? O sige. Yeah. I'll message you I'll message it to the board. Okay, I'm waiting pa. Oh, okay.
Okay, next.
Baka wala akong 15, 16, pakbalik na. Si Howie yan.
Okay, next, Discon. May 10 to 11, Sofitel Philippine Plaza. We paid for 26 seats. So far, we only have 5
Why
converted.
26?
Dami naman.
Why 26?
Because a 20% requirement of the district.
Yeah.
Too much.
O sige, sama mo na.
Okay.
Sana binayaran mo na ng 20, yung 16 mo na.
Pero wala pa silang programa. Hindi
Kinuha mo na ng kwarto para exciting.
Correct.
Wala pang kainan. Malapit.
Number 6 daw, Howie Kaliyaham.
Awi, okay.
6 to 7, Howie Kaliyaham plus guest.
Plus room.
10. I got the 10.
You attend the
Why
10.
the 10
Okay.
only? Why only the 10? Okay.
10 to 11.
Okay.
10.
Why only 10?
Pwede naman one day lang eh.
On Sunday, on Saturday.
We Rodrigo tent only.
Di ba pwedeng opening lang, di ba?
Saan ba significant ano dyan?
Wala pa program eh.
Eh, may program na.
Wala pang
Mayroon. Ako
Lalabas eh.
magsasabi ng program. Ako magsasabi ng program, okay? Sino bang program chair dyan? Past President Doris ang program chair. Alright?
Gobsit, I think, wants to.
We're forced to do it.
The floor.
Oh.
Seniority raw.
Anong gusto ni Gobsit?
Hindi, tapos ka na dyan. I want
Hindi.
to discuss two important matters lang.
You want to talk about this?
No, about it.
No, the governor, on May 10 afternoon, the usual thing, but you've gone through that, right? So, President Bing will be there, walking. You won't be there, okay. So, state of the district address.
Is there going to be a welcome dinner for the RIPR? Has that been arranged?
Yes, it is, but
You can check that out.
the chairperson does the inviting,
Yeah. I normally, they invite some of the PDGs.
normally, some.
So it depends on.
Depends on the chairperson, right? So yes, there is a May 9. May 10, the usual thing, and then state of the district address. And then 6 o'clock fellowship. May 11, speakers. That's it. Okay? Yan na.
May 10, ganyan na military inspired. All project, May 10 and 11.
Hindi na tayo magkakwarto.
May 11 ng military.
Military inspired business.
May 11.
Military inspired also, 10.
10-11.
Okay.
Don't, military inspired, ha? Hindi yung green outfit mo na you going to the war. No, military inspired but business wise. Oh, so it's difficult to imagine. Military inspired. So parang blue, but his president's a blue. Right? Yeah, pwedeng business attire.
Business attack. Suit with Armalite. Yeah.
Suit with Armal.
That's it.
One last item, yung WOW clinic deployment at Rotary Homes.
That's it, yeah.
Go ahead.
Yes. Yeah, I just have two important items to take up. Just to let you know, our project, yung ARC. Okay, our team will evaluate it on Friday. So I need that video ASAP, Ron.
We're
Huh?
still working on it.
So please do not be delayed because baka ma-technical kayo.
May 2, diba? May 2.
Yeah, so baka ma-technical kayo, hindi namin ma-present yan.
The deadline is May 2.
Okay.
But we're working on it. Ngayon lang pinadala niyo.
Okay, related to that, we are one of the finalists and we could be number 1 or 2 sa most outstanding environmental award. So I'd like to request the board to be on full force. We have the national awards on June 29 at the Palms Country Club. If you could let me know, I can give you 1 table.
You want for us to book a table?
Yeah, siyempre, kung tayo maging number 1, nakakahiya naman, palog-alog tayo ron. Di
So
ba?
how many would that be?
Sino ba ang proponent ng ARC? Tapos si Philip nandoon.
Felix, Louis.
Yeah, let's come in full force, at least 1 table, RC Makati. We could be number 1 or 2, I don't know. Kasi we'll give 3 prizes, 300,000, 200,000, and 150. So sayang din yun. Palms Country Club, June 29, that's a Saturday, 6 p.m. And then,
You haven't submitted yet.
hindi, yung video nga, yun, doon ako nag-aalala, lahat nakapag-submit na.
Kami na lang po lang.
Oo, okay na lang.
June 29.
6 p.m.
6 p.m. Doris.
Yep.
Siyempre, kayo naman.
Okay. What's the name of the function? What do they call it?
I had to say something, alam mo na. Ha?
Hindi ko naman mo.
Ito naman. Ha? Most outstanding environmental awards. So we're number now top 10 tayo, our club. There are 10 districts.
What is that, dinner or lunch?
Dinner. Okay, on a final note, as I think it will be free for us. I will let you know, but it will be free. If not, it's very minimal lang yan.
Palms Hotel.
Palms Country Club.
Oh.
And on a final note, as probably you all know, Peps was there, and even Keith during the district training assembly, we passed a unanimous resolution supporting the Manila Rotary Institute, Manila Rotary Convention 2028. And every year, starting this year, we will be levying about 500 pesos per Rotarian. Yes. So expect a bill. We have already organized the corporation, Manila Rotary International Convention 2028. It's already registered and we have a bank account. So when I think when you get the bill from the office of J. Tambunting, you should already perhaps the club can first advance it and then remit to the district.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think relative to that, we already approved a resolution 2 meetings ago about
Right.
the mandatory assessment for the RI convention.
So it's now official. All the governors and the incoming governors up to Reggie Nolido have approved it. Okay, that's the item I want to know.
Just one last item in the agenda. We have the WOW clinic deployment at Rotary Homes in on Saturday. So this is the mobile bus that we supported with Rotary Club of Makati Premier District. This is a global grant.
Screening.
This is like a cancer and the breast and cervical cancer screening, but this one handles X-ray and other
It's a different
laboratory.
bus.
It's a different task. So we also supported this global grant, and they will deploy it in Parañaque on Saturday. I think PE Kit and Rachel confirmed to join that. Now, our participation here is around 45,000, but we still have enough budget under our medical mission, so it's still can be covered. Medical mission, yeah. Yes. So that's it.
Well, one more thing. How about the one on Sunday? Are you planning to?
Yeah, this.
Can explain that?
Well, okay, on Sunday, we're graduating these students sa STI San Fernando. So, you're invited to come over. We're going to organize a lunch there. So we'll have lunch first, and then after that, that will be the closing program in the afternoon on Sunday in San Fernando, Pampanga.
It's worth the trip there.
So anyway, can you just make the announcement? Yeah, so that we know how many are going to come over, so we can prepare. I suppose we can schedule the lunch at around 11. No, we finish at around 1 o'clock, and then I think the graduation of the students will be something around 2 or 2:30. Yeah. Anyway, that's it. Then one last thing. I just got a Viber message from Raisa Hechanova. Can I ask the board to pass a resolution to designate me as the club representative to the Provisional Rotary Club of AIM?
Oh, that's going to be our.
Yeah, that's the intention to organize this club.
Co-charter.
Yeah,
then, what do you call it?
Yeah, no, we will
Co-charter.
co-charter with the Rotary Club of Premier District.
Yeah.
1 second.
Yeah.
Co-charter.
Pero, whose members will they be?
What?
Co-charter.
No, they will be a separate Rotary Club.
Yeah, under us. With the
No. Yeah. So I mean, this is going to be a unique situation where this club will have two mother clubs, our club and Premier District.
That's something like. Okay.
But two of them were there during the last week.
I saw the two guys at the training. We saw they came and said hello to us.
That's right. Yeah, PP Rice mentioned that to me,
These are
and I
three
think
men.
they attended the.
No, it's two different.
Huh?
There are two guys who attended our meeting
Yeah.
last Tuesday. The ones who attended DTA, different.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
two ones came to the DTA, I think one's
Yeah.
supposed to be the charter president.
It's not, it's the PE. PE.
Actually, before Raisa came into the picture, I was already talking to them.
You know, that's why they cannot be called Rotary Club of AIM. Yeah.
Mm.
They're called Rotary Club of AIM.
Mm.
Until they fix that issue.
Okay.
They
Sige.
then become Rotary Club of.
So,
No,
Yeah.
AIM.
But
Yeah.
it satisfies the requirement for us to have a chartered club.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. So we have that board, the resolution designating me as the. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
okay.
Your club of rights.
You mean the club advisor?
Governor must be the one to designate. So I think if it's going to be you.
No, you.
No, I think si Raisa, I think was the one designated. Yeah.
Ang final lang, we should get the governor's percent.
And you are the alternate.
Yes, no, James.
Huh?
He's the DSO.
So you're the one presenting our club.
Yeah, representing our club.
So you can invite Lenny Robredo to speak in January instead of meron ka tayong slot for June, di ba? For a speaker. Wala na ba? You sure?
Just represent you.
Clarify mo lang.
Sige kasi attended the session yesterday, siya guest speaker.
Yeah, anyway, Raisa will be in the meeting on Thursday. The handover for Reggie. So we'll be meeting here also on Thursday.
Sa district, this is district award natin. Pwede ba magkaroon ng guest speaker? Pwede naman.
Any rights to project membership development.
Nice kasi pwede Lenny.
Sige, I'll just
Nice to have a guest, somebody like Lenny. I'm sure the aunts would also appreciate it. You're the chair anyway. I was suggesting to Awi, because I attended the graduation commencement exercise of my granddaughter yesterday. We had Lenny there. Still continues to be a very excellent speaker, very charming. She's really being mobbed by people there, particularly the ladies. Yeah, so there's some some affinity. No? She can be a guest speaker during the club awards, di ba? And that can be certainly be a club award recipient. Anyway, think about it. Should be great.
One last thing, just to report that the dorm in Palawan will be ready by the end of May. So we will have to plan a trip to Puerto Princesa to look into that. June 8th is already scheduled. Okay. Because he told me that the dorm will be finished by end of May, and then, okay, it was scheduled for June 8th. Okay,
Overnight?
good.
Yeah. I'm going. You're going. Right? Lenny will be there, di ba? Will Lenny be there, Rodrigo? Will Lenny be there? Lenny Robredo will be there. I hope so.
That's why that's scheduled even by Eddie. That's why the date was earmarked.
That's a Saturday. Should be good. Mga Winston, may wanna join us in Palawan. Hindi mo si Bart guide. Bakit Winston ba is BBM ba? Oh, hindi rin. Hindi na.
Ako, June 8. Start na ako ng scene doon sa
Amorita tayo ng state.
O, sumala tayo magandang resort.
Ang sa Bohol View.
Ay, oo nga pala.
So where do you stay?
Sa pa na?
El Nido, malayo ba yan?
Malayo yung
Oh,
Plane naman eh.
hindi pa pa.
pwede yan. Palawan. Overnight.
Sige, sasama.
Tapos pupunta daw El Nido by plane.
one more thing, no? You asked me to look into the computers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I already went through them. I think we can already accept this other
The 570.
the 56,000. Yeah. Was that?
Software, like Microsoft.
No, yeah, all you need is the operating system. That's all you need. The Siemens software, of course, that's separate. Yeah, but the specs is more than adequate to run the program. Yeah.
So it's noted in the.
Yeah, question on the Sisters of Mary. Since we already approved the computer and the mental health, are we okay for a ceremonial turnover during our luncheon meeting?
When?
During our luncheon meeting, maybe on the next
Okay.
1 million, di ba? Covering the two projects.
By June, we can, ano.
Hindi, until May.
Yeah.
Saan ba yun?
Di ba isang meeting lang po natin yung president? Ang sustain na.
Ano na siya? May 20 pa ba? Dalawang meeting.
Apat, tatlo. 7, 14, and 21.
Hindi, 20 balik mo eh.
No,
21, hindi
Oh, tama.
21 dito kay Carpio. Okay na. So, kasi ba si Carpio?
Okay na si Justin.
Saka si Lenny.
Si Pam. So 7 and 14 mo na. Sino bang speaker ng 7 and 14?
7 si Chuck Madrid. 14 Gio Reserve, Billy Dumanila.
Sino? Kibong?
Your research is Magdalena, yung Magdalena.
Saan ni Pao?
Pero who's that guy?
Chuck Madrid.
No, the other guy.
Billy, basta Masongi Gio Reserve. Rich Paredes.
Okay. Yung sustainability, Chris.
Ayos pa namin yun. Iba lang naman yun. Wala na siya mga speaker, so baka mag-direct na tayo sa community. Recording it, please.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, guys. Maraming salamat. See you.
Have a safe trip.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.